Whew. As soon as that goes live, we're going to make sure it looks good. Where is my video at? Hopefully it's right there, and there I am. What's up? Let's see if I have audio.
As soon as that goes...
Oh my god, I have audio. Don't do that. It creates an echo in the room. How's it going, everybody who's been texting me asking, are you live tonight? What are you doing, dude? What's going on? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here. I'm going to play Skyward Sword on my Wii. Wait, this is the Switch. Until somebody chats. Oh, too late. Cincinnati Kid chatted. What's up, guys? How you doing out there? It's a crazy streamer, man. I dare you to ask me a question about anything you want to ask today. We got the COVID end of the world. That's crazy. I got to look up the end of the world lyrics because I don't know them. End of the world lyrics. End of the world lyrics. It says, that's great. It starts with an earthquake. Oh, this is the end of the world by Skeeter Davis. Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? Because you don't love me anymore? That's fine. REM is what I was looking for. And not that. That was some base level poetry right there. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds, snakes, and airplanes, and Lenny Bruce is not afraid. It's the COVID apocalypse, everybody. We got 140 people in the chat. I'm honored. Who is this streaming tonight? I'm not going to tell you who they are, but I'm going to go and take a look-see and see who is streaming tonight on the YouTube network that we all share on this place. Let's see, Las Vegas live. Let's see who comes up when I click the button on the thingy. And we got the American Eagle Cam. My thoughts on Las Vegas right now. Oh, say hi to Matthew streaming. I said I wouldn't say. I lied to you. I'm so bad at this game. And that's it, pretty much. And then there's somebody who has a Treasure Island 4K cam. We'll just go watch that. And we'll say, nobody's wearing masks. They're wearing masks out there. Everybody I know is wearing masks. Who's in the chat today? We got Cincinnati Kid, Beach All Day Guy, Sugar Butt Williams. I got to turn this mofo the right way and put it here so I can see your chats. My camera's here. The chats are there. Margarita Gonzalez, Joe Rossi, Jason's channel. AV2U, Anthony Michael Hall is here. Anthony Michael 777. Steven, what's going on with the masks? Night just got better. Oh, no, stop. Oh, turn the audio off. What's wrong with you? My friend, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway says, Ryan Reeves was an unneeded player for the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm live now. Come join chat. Anyways. It's pretty bad when you're so desperate about getting people in your stream that you're like Facebook messaging them. Can you share it with your mom, please? Stephen Golb is here. Juan Weigel is here. Weigel. Rebecca Shim is here. Mike Wingate is here. Samuel Manila. Fat Gent. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Diane Fierro. Christine Carvalho. Jerry McLean. Ruth Pulis. Brianna Foos. Steve D. Beach All Day Guy. Kyle. Sag Travel Gal. Brianna again. Greg. Let's see if I get some new names. Katrina Pustorino from Pocatello, Idaho. If you're really in Pocatello, that was a guess. How do you like my blue background? I just wanted to try something new. And we got Good Juju Slots a lot. Les Mott. Cool. Rilio. Coolio. Verna is here. John Neese. Frank Scrangi. Sue Sinclair. Sir J.K. Steve Erickson, right on. Everybody is here in the chat. Macho Priest. Macho Priest. I want to be a macho priest. What's wrong with Nina? I can't find Nina. Nina said something up there. Hopefully she's doing okay. All right, so we're going to talk for as long as we talk. DJ Ken is here from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I got this. This is face masks my wife made, Caroline made today. This whole thing she actually made today. These have to be, like, of course, cleaned and pressed and sterilized and all that before they get packed. But she made a lot. She just started working at 8 o'clock, and she texted me around, like, 4 o'clock. Oh, my God, I made all these masks. I'm like, holy cow. Let's see here. What do we got going on? Looks like you're at the male strip club. I can change the colors. I got an app for that. Let's see if I can find my app for that. This is a lamp I bought on Amazon. I really like it, but it was very difficult to get on my network. Use 5G, but the lamp uses 2.4, but we can change it. We can make it, ooh, look at that. I can also do it I can do it to my voice. So now it's going to the sound of my voice. What do you think about that? Is that not the most distracting thing that you'll see? Yeah, I got it on sale. It was actually a pretty good sale, if I do say so myself. Wasn't complaining about that. I thought it was pretty cool. We'll stop that business. Nobody likes that, and we'll turn it back to a different color that's more suitable for the adult gentleman set. Let's see here. No, I don't care about that. Go away. Stop. Got it. Light. Oh, I turned it off. That's what I did. I didn't mean to turn the whole lamp off. Now it's back on, and it's very red. All right. Stop it. Oh, it's still doing it. Son. No. Don't. Okay. There we are. Now it's a nice greenish color in the back because green is the color of money and all the children's like the green. All right. Caroline been busy. Yeah, she's been busy. She's been very, very busy. Aloha, Shanta and Greg. Oh, Shanta's here. Our masks back. Masks are back, man. You got to wear a mask. A lot of parts of the country right now, the CDC says that 60 some odd % of the whole country is masked up because they're in a high transmission rate area. Execu class resumes didn't get a notification right away. I think what happens with a channel, like a larger channel, I'm not larger, but I'm not 1,000 subscribers. I think what happens is the notifications go out in chunks, so you might get one later on, hopefully. Sugarbutt says, face masks do not work. Hey, Steven, what's the atmosphere in Vegas right now? Are there whispers of Vegas closing down again? Well, the White House had this press briefing, and when they asked somebody, "Are you going to do shutdowns?" they said, "We're not leaving anything off the table." So maybe there's going to be a shutdown, but they said there wouldn't be a shutdown when the election campaign was going on. But now they're saying, maybe we're not telling you there's no shutdowns. Any Canadians out there? I do have. You don't need them anymore because Canada is once again a COVID-free haven, but we do have Canadian maple leaves. This fabric was sent to me from a Joanne fabric in Canada, of all things. And I like getting Canadian stuff because I'm from Canada originally. Hence why I got the hockey shirt on with the Vegas Golden Knights. But yeah, so that was maybe. I mean, if they look, here's the thing, man. If they do say we're going to shut it down, we recommend shutdowns, then states like ours will be shut down. That's just what's going to happen. Would love to visit Vegas, but this year is not the year to travel, Greg says. But when will be the year to travel, Greg? I just realized my face is very much not front lit, and I know how to fix that. You just have to bring up a page, but my whole computer has gone into night mode. So let's just go to CNET. That should be white. There you go. Boom. Now I'm a little bit more lit up. So what is the year to travel? Like, when is the time to travel? That's the question I have. Like, are you going to take the next 2 years off, the next 10 years? I don't know what to tell you on that. It's a tough one. It's really frustrating. So what else we got? Do you expect many cancellations? Yeah, some. I mean, but those people were possibly going to cancel because of no masks. They might just cancel because their local jurisdiction was telling them that it's not safe to come here, and so on and so forth. We're going to make it purple because that's my favorite color, because that's my wife's mother's favorite color, and I adopted that as my favorite color. Canada has men's soccer team lost last night. I'm sorry about that. I just don't know. Do they practice by kicking around Timbits? That's a stereotype, but it's a funny one. Do you think I should chance it, or is Vegas... Well, Jay, I hate it when people ask me this kind of stuff. Should I go to Vegas? Is it too risky? In terms of what? In terms of shutdowns? No, nothing's going to shut down in the next week. In terms of getting sick? I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor. You shouldn't listen to advice of random YouTubers. But I would say that if you had your vaccine, they say that that's going to keep you out of the hospital, I guess, But at the same time, they're saying that the people that had the vaccine are spreading it. So, gee, I don't know. Jay. I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately. I would be breaking YouTube's rules, possibly. People could flag this video if I give you official advice on what you should or should not do. So it's a real tough, it's a real tough catch on that one. Let's see here. Hi, Steven. My face mask arrived today. Love them. Thank you, Caroline. Please tell her she is amazing and the quality is great. Thank you so much. Yeah, she got them from VegasFaceMask.com. No S at the end. You're definitely not a doctor, but I play one on TV. I never played doctor as a kid. Is that a thing that kids actually do? And is playing doctor going to be something that they cancel because they're saying it's predatory? I don't know. Robert Jimenez, the first step to release the Kraken. Thank you, Robert Jimenez. Let's make the background light blue on account of you having the Kraken. It's actually like this teal color. Now we're Krakenized. The Seattle Kraken are the latest team in the National Hockey League, and they might not be a terrible team. They might be competitive right out the gate. Behold, the Omega variant is coming, which means the end of the world as we knew it. Hoo hoo hoo. Man, oh man. What's my projection for October? Well, for October, I think it'll be about probably low, highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s. You're not talking about that though. DZ, appreciate your videos. Thank you, DZ. I appreciate you being here with me. For October, it's too far out to see what's going to go on. I mean, no, the thing is, the stats say that people who are not going to get a vaccine are not going to get one, and you can't really scare them into it. They're going to make their decisions. Now, it's possible that employers start buying into the mandated vaccine thing. And if they do that, then people are forced to get it. Well, that's a whole nother ball of wax to deal with. But maybe that'll stop. I don't know, man. But even then, it's not going to stop it amongst the unvaccinated people, I guess. The blue light is also nice, too. Yeah, I like the blue light. Steven, have a nudist colony? No. Nobody wants to see me nude, that's for sure. I look okay in a shirt, but I don't look okay out of a shirt. How's that? Subscribe if you haven't already. Shanta says, I think we only have I think we only have the usuals, the regulars in here. As anybody watching this has not subscribed to my channel, if you've not subscribed to my channel, say so in the chats. I'll catch it in the chats, and we'll talk, and we'll shout you out. Jay Leto says, they're starting to get people... they're going to start getting the vaccine once more people start dropping dead. Possibly. MXP 2000. Aloha from Iwa Beach. My wife had a friend from Iwa Beach, and we spent a lot of time trying to find her through Facebook and various things, and then we finally did. You know where she was? She was over the hump in Pahrump. I'm not kidding you. She was that close to us the entire time. Hawaiians love Las Vegas. They call this place the Ninth Island, and there's a reason for that. Thank you, MXP, guys. Thank that person 538 concurrent times. Appreciate you. Fingers crossed that in October, I finally get to use my EDC tickets I bought back in 2019. I know, 2 years. That's insanity. I think I asked on the last video where you get the cases in the back of you, so I'm asking you now. So these bookcases, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I got them at Office Depot, but I didn't get them at a store. They didn't have 4 of them in the whole valley if I wanted to drive around all day. So I got them at Office Depot. It's Caroline's idea. Well, it's my idea. I wanted to build a wall behind me. And then she said, build a wall with these types of bookcases. And they're kind of funky shaped. So I got the bookcases. I spent the better part of 2 days assembling everything right in the studio. And it's funny because the first time I did it, it took me like an hour and a half. And by the time I was on the 4th one, it took me 20 minutes. And I wanted more. I was like, give me more. I want to do more. And then I realized, what am I doing? So I set them all up. I do have something. Let me show you something I want to install, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. Give me a half a second. So, hold on. I got these. Oh my God. Suck in the gut, Campbell. No one wants to see that. So I got these at Walmart on clearance. Walmart in the electronics department of my store, my local store, has a clearance aisle. Some of the Walmarts, all the Walmarts I know have clearance. Oh, John, thank you so much, John. Oh my God, Shanta. Thank you for providing great content. Shanta also hit me up on notleavinglasvegas.com/donate last time. Thank you, Shanta, for that. She did $10 last time off cam that you guys didn't see. So my Walmart has their store kind of sussed out the right way. Someone's been working out. Whatever. You guys embarrass me when you say that. And I bought these in the electronics department. Some of the Walmarts, all of them have a clearance section. I suggest you check it out because sometimes you get ludicrously good deals. Pelosi didn't put... Oh my gosh. Saint Gang. Okay, moderators. This is going to get a little bit sticky on the political side. So if Saint Gang says that, that's cool once, but then we don't want to attack people. Okay, I'm going to warn everybody in this chat, saying I don't recognize you, but thank you for watching. If you get attacky with your political stuff, we're just going to have to time you out for 5 minutes. But if you want to say Trump 2024 MAGA, and if you want to say Biden is a member of Mensa, like, I don't care which way you want to roll. Just say it once or twice, but don't be harassing people. Don't be attacking people, or else you're 5 minutes timed out. Then you're kicked out, and I don't want to do that to you. So all Walmarts have a clearance section. You should check it out. Sometimes they put things for a very low price. The one at my store near my house has one in the electronics department, which is great. So I got these, which are the LED strips, and it's actually 6.5 feet, but I actually bought 10 of them. So I have 65 feet of LED strips. I know there's usually a way to, if you've never seen these before, they look like that. There's usually a way to chain these together. What I like to do is I'd like to light up the back of the bookcase somehow, and that would be good. Was that a backhanded Biden diss? No, Jay. A lot of people say, because he said himself that he said he was in the top of his class at school. He said that repeatedly. So I'm just going on what Biden said about Biden. That's a fact, Jack. Comes with the remote control, okay? And then it's like a strip. You know, you're supposed to chain it together somehow. I've not even opened this up yet. But I don't know anything about running these. You have to, like, daisy chain them. And it appears to me like it's probably, I just got a cheap piece of junk product. But they just look like this. And that's how they, oh, come on, focus on it. There you go. They just look like that, and they light up. And you can change the colors, too. I want to light this room up. Let's see here. Thank you, Shanta, for your generosity, by the way. Flamingo and some others have topless pools. I didn't know that Flamingo had a topless pool. I know that the only one I know for sure that's running topless, there used to be Wet Republic, I think. No, not Wet. Which one was the one at the Hard Rock? The one where people had sex in the pool that you didn't want to swim in. I know that also Sapphire has a pool. Our Manger Comfort. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pronounce your first name. Appreciate you. So far, Steve, 6 people that did not get the first shot have blanked. They just reported. Well, I don't... Okay. All right, Perry. Thank you so much. Why did I read that random one? Stephen, thoughts of Alberta, Canada doing away with COVID quarantine and testing? Probably... does it even matter anymore? I mean, we try everything. You try absolutely everything to make it work. What is this thing? And nothing works. Tony! Juice for the best thunderstorm chaser in Vegas. Thank you so much, Tony. Yeah, you chased that thunderstorm. Probably wasn't a good idea because I wasn't wearing any shoes or chanelas if you're from the Philippines, or slippers. Sorry, Hawaiians. I don't want to offend you saying that like that, but I wasn't wearing any of that stuff. But thank you so much, Tony. Politics or slavery? Communists want your grandkid. Well, that's been true since the start of the whole thing. Walmart in Florida and other 21 Walmarts closed down for 4 days to super clean. Wow. You know, the Walmarts here restricted their hours back. They used to be open till like 11 or 12 o'clock, and now none of them are. We used to have 24-hour grocery stores. Albertsons, which is a chain that's owned by... Who owns Albertsons? It's like they bought Safeway. I can't recall, but they used to have 24 hours. They don't have 24 hours. And then there's a gas station chain out of Illinois called Terrible's. Terrible's has stopped running late 24 hours. No, they closed it. Now during COVID, they were closing it. During COVID, we're in COVID. Stupid. I get it. During COVID, they would open it up from until like 11 o'clock, and then they close from 11 till 4 to deep clean. And now they're closing for 4 hours. What I found out was that the real reason they're closing is because they don't have staff. Nobody wants to work. Execu class resumes. We enjoyed your live storm chasing video, watched live, and admired Sweet Caroline's plants too. Absolutely. She has those succulents out front. They are the best. They are the best. It's probably a food shortage. I mean, COVID. Thanks for being real. I will subscribe. Jay Gannon, thank you so much, Jay Gannon. I appreciate you subscribing, guys. Why don't you thank Jay Gannon for subscribing? I know I asked earlier if you're not subscribed to say yes. If you're not subscribed, if you're first here, say yes. And I didn't look at any of your chats because I am not used to streaming from my studio like this. So say yes if you're not subscribed. If this is your first time seeing me. Bald Eagle 702. He gave us the local area code here in town. One of them. There's now a new one, 725, I think. We had a great time on our trip primarily because of this channel. Wow. Thanks for answering my dumb questions. Resorts World was amazing. There's no such thing as a dumb question, my friend. And thank Bald Eagle 700 times. Jeez Louise. Jersey T with the red thing. It's a thumbs up, I think. Let's see, you're subscribed and happy. Okay. Hi, Steve. 10 days to our trip to Vegas. So is it so bad? Well, I mean, it depends on who you're talking to, Luca. By the way, Luca Grande. It reminds me of, like, you're the big version of Luca. There's a Luca Chica. No, that's the small version. Okay. Anyways, Luca, I don't think it's that bad. COVID is more contagious at night. Well, actually, it is. And I'll tell you why it is. It's funny, MXP, but it is more contagious because at night, everybody comes out at night, goes outside because it's too hot during the day, so it's more crowded, so it is more contagious. There's that. Let's see here. How are the mandatory masks coming along in Vegas? Well, everybody's adhering to it. Everybody is adhering to it. It's craziness. If you're a member of the gym, like I go to a gym, and they're like sent out to everybody, and everybody's just going to grudge through it. I've never seen it terribles in Illinois. Yeah, no, it's, I mean, it was a gas station chain. Maybe they pulled out of Illinois, but I originally remembered reading about it on Wikipedia. It's an Illinois thing, is what they said. Love and liberty for all humans, for sure. Let's see, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. I'd like to think that God shot his fingers down and electricity happened and there was a chicken sitting on an egg and he said, you guys have fun with all that. Will we get one more song from William? I'll talk about William in a minute, Diana. I love you guys for caring for William. Nobody new in the chat, but that's okay. I didn't see any yeses to indicate you're new and you've never been here before, which means I have 719 loyal faithfuls. So thank you. Steve, have you ever been in Argentina? When you want, I invite you. I would love to see South America. That would be fantastic. So William is our street performer friend, and he, unfortunately, he's sick. He got COVID, we think. So I started chatting with him last. It was Monday. I didn't start chatting with him, but we were like, hey, let's meet up and we'll take you to dinner. And we're going to go to our favorite pho noodle place, Caroline and I, and take him out for dinner. And this was supposed to be on Wednesday. He mentioned on Monday he wasn't feeling well. Then Tuesday he said he really wasn't feeling well. And so I said, did you get a COVID test? He says, no, I'm going to have to get my pre-flight test anyways. So I said, well, maybe, I can't in good conscience hang out with you if you might have COVID. I don't want to bring it home to my household and to my work. Maybe you could get a test. And he goes, I'll try. And then he said the only tests he could find were in a car, which is not the way that works out here, but God bless him. But he said he was feeling like death. And he had everything he needed because he's looking after a person who was able to help him out. But he's going to let me know. He has got to go and get a 48-hour test to fly back to the United Kingdom. And he's going to let me know if he misses that test, if he can't go. He said he had every single symptom of COVID with the exception of vomiting. And I'm going to text him this link. Maybe he can watch this live stream and see how people love him. So I'm going to actually do that right now. Permit me just half a second, because he uses Telegram, and I don't think I have Telegram installed on this PC. So I'm going to share this link to him right now. And I'm going to say, hey, man, come watch me live. Boom, and then boom, and there you go. All right, so there's that. Maybe he'll be in the chat. Maybe he will. If you see Busking 911, it's him. DZ said, new mask mandate sucks, especially with the heat. Steven, the best YouTuber. Thank you so much. DZ, I appreciate you guys, and those super chats help you more than you think right now. We're in a weird place in the economy. We have the eviction moratorium going away, so people are going to be losing their jobs or their homes that they live in, it seems. And then we have September 3rd, that's the stop of the unemployment money. So I don't know, man. I sell advertising for a living, and it's been rough. Every single person on our sales team blanked this week, including myself. I don't make a base salary, so it's a weird time in the economy. Does anybody else feel like it's a weird time in the economy? Leave me a comment in the chat, or if you're watching in the replay, give us a comment in the comment section. Do you feel the economy is weird right now? Is there anything weird going on? So here's a fun thing. This person keeps calling me. Somebody says no caller ID. Let's put them on the thing. So this is what I have to deal with. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello. I was wondering, can I please order pizza?
Right, it's you guys again. You know, there's 761 people listening to you now on a live stream. You should tune into the channel.
I don't really care, sir. Is this Domino's?
No, I hear you, bro. I know you're really jonesing for a pizza. I don't know where you got the number, but I've got a bunch of people laughing at you right now. What's your name, sir?
My name is Robert White.
Gotcha. Why don't you call me back with a caller ID on there? You know, you
My
hacked it.
phone,
So there's no.
my phone number is 555-555-5785. And
Yeah,
I'm from
man.
the real Las Vegas.
You're from real Las Vegas. What's real Las Vegas?
No, real Las Vegas.
No, I'm asking what that is. What is real Las Vegas to you?
It is the resort.
Oh, I never heard
Justin
it.
Trudeau is on the line.
Oh my God, put Justin on the line. I want to talk to him about his lockdowns up in Canada and how he's keeping people away.
Hello.
Hey, is this Justin?
Yeah. Who's this, big guy?
Oh, you know who I am. That's how come you're calling me. You keep blowing up my phone with no caller ID.
Hello.
Yeah, it takes a real brave person to spam somebody's phone all night long, doesn't it, boss?
You get my pizza ready yet, big guy?
Yes, okay. Well, anyways, there's 793 people laughing at you. I think you guys are pretty sad, but anyways, you guys have a great night.
What
And
about my pizza and breadsticks?
pizza and breadsticks. Listen,
Yeah.
bro. If that's your major concern right now, and you're talking like that, you got other
Yeah.
problems you got to deal with. But anyways, if you guys want to call me back
You
with
put
your
some
real,
anchovies, pepperoni.
call me back with your
and
real caller ID,
cilantro.
brother. Somebody got my phone number, and I've been getting that call all week long. Anyways, so either I change my phone number or I go to Verizon and I pay them money so I don't have to get those calls going through. So I go to Verizon and I try to pay them money. And say, okay, $4.99 a month. It's this thing for families. And for some reason, it only lets me. So it's to restrict phone calls. Like, let's say you have a little one. You have a 12-year-old kid, and you don't want him like going over a gigabyte of data a day. Cut his data off, or you don't want him going over like so many texts a day, or you don't want that person to get calls from anybody in particular, especially those kinds of calls. So what ends up happening is, I install the app. I start paying money to Verizon. And then I can only control Caroline's phone, which I'm not going to restrict, obviously. It doesn't show my phone as a line. But anyways, don't entertain those losers, bro. Listen, I thought it'd be funny to put them on the line. What I have to do, though, is for some reason, I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb entirely, which I don't like doing. I'm not going to do that, just in case somebody needs to text me something. Oh my gosh. I can't block unknown numbers on an iPhone. I can't block no caller ID numbers on an iPhone because the way the iPhone works, I mean, it's a great device, but it's an absolute failure in terms of privacy and customization in this one regard. I'll call Apple tomorrow and sort it all out. But it just looks for a phone number. And if it doesn't see a phone number, it doesn't know what to do. Just take his order. I did the other day. It's called Call Filter. I have it. I have Call Filter. Do I have to pay for that product too? Anyways, I just quit my $85,000 a year job at Major Strip Hotel because they weren't taking proper COVID precautions and treating vaccinated, unvaccinated employees. SIG. Would you email me anonymously? Well, nobody knows who you are. And I would love to have an email correspondence with you, or you can remain anonymous. I'd love to hear your story about that property. You don't even have to identify the property. I just want to hear what you're talking about. And you can find me down here, stevenj at notlivinglasvegas.com. I think that would be fascinating. I've seen other YouTubers do this before, where they basically just have like an email exchange with somebody and then do a video on it. That would be amazing. Rather than do that than doing crimes. Well, Mr. Allen, I don't, because I have my sanity. Terry Calder, that's creepy as frick. There are some weird people out there. I'm sure it's just a troll, but still be safe. I'm just going to stop answering it entirely and just decline it. And eventually they'll get tired of calling. And that's all good. Let's see here. Geez, I wonder who got the number. 702-867-5309. It's Jenny's number. Wait, no, Rick Wrestling, Ernest Hemingway. He was good. He was giving me Jenny's phone number. It's from the song 867-5309, you see. So that's good. And what just came in through email? Was that you, Sig? I don't think it was, but let me check it out. Nope, it wasn't. It was a mask order. Lots of mask orders, man. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, we're talking Vegas right now. Talk about anything you want to talk about. These things kind of meander. They just, words are flowing out like endless wind into a letterbox. The police can trace it for you since it's harassment. Can they trace a no? They can't trace a no caller ID, can they? I don't know. They can call Metro tomorrow. Spend a good 2-3 hours on Metro's on hold with Metro. Cosmo or Encore? I like the Cosmo's location more than I like the Encore's location. you know? That's actually a good thing because it's right in the center of the strip. I like that part of it. But I like the Encore because I just think it's a classy establishment and they run their place really, really well. Let's see here. Steven Summer left the gate at Happy Acres open again. Uncle June with a black cat for 99 centavos. Thank you so much, Uncle June. Let's see here. Can you eat? Can I press star 69? No, it's no number. So there's nothing in there. There they are again. That's ridiculous, right? So there you go. The iconic cup, Steve, you are drinking out of. Yes, this is the Tom Yum shrimp cup that we go to a place called Kung Fu Plaza, and I fill it up with water. It's got ice water, and then I have the iconic blue jug of life here, and then actually behind me, I actually have 7-Up and a pineapple juice because I get real tired on these. You'd be surprised how you get tired on these, you know. How can I block it on an iPhone? I've not been able to figure this out. Okay, I'm in my calls right now. I tap the I, and I see no caller ID. This is all you see on an iPhone. That's all it shows you, and I don't know how to block that number. And if I did, that would be fantastic. Steven, is Jollibee chicken and spaghetti any good? I don't like their chicken very much. They're known as Jollibee is a Filipino chicken fast food chain. Actually, I think it's owned by a Chinese company at this point, but it's a huge in China. It's one of the biggest restaurants in the world just because of their China locations alone. Never had their spaghetti. Filipino spaghetti is very sweet tasting. The sauce has got a lot of sugar content in it. I do like their burgers. They have a good chicken sandwich, which is very good. And they have a beef burger that's not terrible. It's a lot thicker than it used to be. But then they put like pineapple and mayo on things. Those are just a different taste. So not bad. Check it out. You might like their chicken. I'm a Popeyes guy myself. Dan Cruz. Damn, Steve, you are too cool. Thanks for all you do. Those dudes weren't even all that funny. They should have Googled a few one-liners. Yeah, you could tell me some dad jokes or something, man. Let's see here. Use a call filter app. Not such thing on these phones. These iPhones are pretty locked down. Let's see what else we got. Go to settings, then phone and block unknown. Okay, hold on. We're going to try that. You guys will be my saviors tonight. Settings. Okay, I'm in the settings app on my phone right now. And we're going to go to, let's see here, phone, battery, phone. Incoming calls, Siri search, notifications, my number. Silence unknown callers. Okay. Calls from unknown numbers will be silenced, sent to voicemail, and displayed on the recents list. Incoming calls will continue to ring from people in your contacts. Well, then, see, that doesn't work for me. I use my phone for work, and I give my real phone number to people, and so that doesn't work, right? Yeah, can't work for me. Silence junk callers. Yeah, that doesn't work. Calls identified by Verizon as potential spam or fraud will be silenced. How useless is that? I can't. Unknown callers would be if a person called me from a 702 number that I don't have, right? That means that it's not in my phone book, so it silences it, and I can't do that. It doesn't work for me. Erwin Jackson loves him some Jollibee. I just Googled it. You can block it on an iPhone. Enter. Oh, that might be smart, dude. Hold on. Do I enter it? Ed Potke is trying to help me out here. Let's see here. He says enter a bunch of zeros. Do I create a new phone book entry? Is that what I do? I turn the unknown caller and I make it into a phone book entry? Let's see. No, I can't save it. That's the problem. So I can't save that. There's no way to save that as a contact. Well, that would have been fun. Verizon has an app for blocking numbers, but they charge you for it if it's blocked. But you'll notice they attempted to call you. Oh, I know. It's called the family filter, and I tried to install it, but it only lets me apply the family filter to my wife's phone for some reason. I have an old flip phone still. I know, right? It's funny. Would blocking all no caller ID numbers work for you? No way to do it. I'm just going to... So I dial... How many zeros is that, Joe says? I'm going to try it. This is the stupidest live stream in the world. Everybody's tuning out now. Let's see here. Next time, put on a really... How's it going, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8. So it says 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it says calling. And of course it doesn't work.
911. For directory assistance, hang up and dial.
That doesn't work. Anyways, let's see here. We're going to move on from that. Call star 69. No, it doesn't matter. Yes, you can block all no callers, but your iPhone has been an iPhone Yeah, well, I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Justin Roth, thank you so much, Justin Roth. Let's see here. Need 10 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And it says the same thing, I'm sure.
Hang up and dial 911. For directory assistance.
Yeah, it's not working. Anyways, random question. I remember you mentioned something about Niagara Falls as one of your past videos. Did you live there or just visit? No, I lived there from when I was about 4, maybe 5 years old till I was 10 or 11. My father's family is from Southern Ontario. My mother's family is from Alberta, Canada. So all of the Polish, there's a lot of Polish and Irish folks in Southern Ontario that were immigrants, and there's a lot of Ukrainians in Northern Alberta that were immigrants, and also Saskatchewan, Canada. So that's where my family is all from. There you go. Canada mentality seems dull. I don't know what that means. I'm from Canada, Jay. I was born and raised in Canada, in the town of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Jay Gannon. So I don't know about that mentality, but a lot of people that are in entertainment are from Canada. Am I an entertainer? I don't know. Are you not entertained? Is this not what you came here for? Anyways, over 700 people enjoying the stream. Please take a moment to smash the button. I'll take your iPhone 12 and give you my old iPhone 6 and even throw in a salamat if we do that. No, I love this phone. This phone is consistent as a rock. Steven, what's your day job? I sell advertising for my day job. Copy the words no caller ID. Whee! The numbers should be, and paste it in the same spot. It should reveal the number. I'll figure it out. I'll source it out. I'm pretty good at the Google game. Canada Rocks drove the Alcan 7 times. The Alaskan-Canadian Highway. Did you drive to Russia? You go past Sarah Palin. She can see Russia from her house. You betcha. Oh, man. So then you got Canada mentality needs liberty. Aha! You are not incorrect. You are not incorrect. And I love Canadians and I love Canada. And but y'all need to realize that you need to fight for your right to party, as the Beastie Boys once said. Here's a mask. Here's a Canadian mask from VegasFaceMask.com. No S at the end. How do you like that one? I like that one. That's a nice one. You are an entertainer. Okay. Anybody that is new to this channel, please subscribe. That would be keen. Anybody here who's new, never seen me before, it's your first time in the chat, say yes. And also, say yes in the chat. I'll get you a shout out. I'll shout you out personally. I will be on the strip tomorrow. I have a channel sponsor. It's a very unlikely channel sponsor. They reached out to me. They paid me in Ethereum, of all things. It's a Filipina women's magazine that the guys are going to like because the girls are really pretty. And I'm going to do an interview with somebody tomorrow. They actually bought the entire digital billboard sign of Resorts World 1 week out of the month for an entire year to launch their product. It's a worldwide product, and it's a worldwide brand that they're launching. And they paid me some Ethereum, and I'm going to be having them as a channel sponsor, possibly long term, which will be really fun. Let's see here. You can put your finger on the copy and call it and do the thing. I'm going to figure it all out, PMA Dade. I'll figure it all out. If you ever did leave Las Vegas, where would you move? I know it sounds insane, but I've always wanted to live somewhere like Southern California, but you need a lot of money, and it's just very prohibitively expensive. You know, maybe someday I'll end up in the Philippines. Really, rarely say yes as a sheep, yet you are a yes. I don't know what that means. I just wanted to see. We got Andy Dangerlove says yes. And let's see here. Yeah, he's new in the chat. Thank you, Andy Dangerlove, for being here. That was one of the first new ones I saw. Andy Dangerlove. Love you, baby. Oh, my goodness. Intel Wild is in here. Thank you for being in my chat, Intel Wild. Let's keep things civil when people have disagreements amongst them. I prefer that they talk about those amongst themselves and not get out of control because we don't want to time anybody out, and that would suck. But thank you, Intel Wild, for the support. Are you popular in the Philippines? Well, my wife's from the Philippines, and that's one of the reasons they contacted me out there. But they want to launch it. They're not a Philippine, I'm sure that they have the magazine in the Philippines, but they're in London, the UK, New York City, Southern California, Las Vegas. They're going for, they're advertising on Clifton Hill. They have billboards in Times Square, New York City. So they just want exposure, I guess, and that's what they're doing with me here, which I'm very, very grateful for. You don't read everybody's stuff. Why don't you read everybody's stuff? That's not fair, Ursula Kerwin says. Well, YouTube has this handy little stat. It's called the chat rate, and the chat rate right now is 28. at its peak, the chat rate was, let's see if I can, it doesn't tell me its peak. Point is, I have a chat every 2 seconds. It's impossible to read everybody's, but I do pick out random ones and I read as many as I possibly can. And sometimes I go off on a tangent and I can't read everybody's, but thank you guys so much. I do not consent to this COVID blank, Fractally says. I agree. Why did we delete him? Champagne Poppy, stop. No, you can curse a little bit in my chat. We're all adults here. So I'm sorry Fractally was deleted. I just read that chat. Guys, mods have to be really chill and mellow, kicking out, chilling out, maxing. What does he say? Chilling on max and releasing out. Wait. Up in the b-ball, upside of the school. I can't remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song. My God. What is wrong with my memory? Well, we're chilling out, max, and relaxing all cool. That's what we're doing. We're not playing any b-ball upside of the school. There's not a couple of guys that are up to no good, mods. Those guys are doing just fine. They're not making trouble in the neighborhood. We're not getting into a fight. My auntie's not getting scared, and I'm not going to become not leaving Bel-Air. All right. I won. Anyways. My wife's side of the family is Filipino. See? There it is. There's the connection. I win. What a couple of guys that were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. Yeah, there you go. I'm a 90s kid. What can I say? When the virus is over, turn off the lights. When you're going to go live on the strip again. Tomorrow. I'll be out there tomorrow. Nobody's blocking you, Intel. That's the fun part. I don't block people if they have a disagreement, but Intel, you're my friend, man. I have thousands of chats with you outside of YouTube, and I really think you're a smart dude, and you've taught me a lot about me, and that's good, and everybody's good. You can set the chat on a slow setting. I don't want to do that, Shadow. I don't want to do that. I don't think that we're not at that size. We're not that big yet. But you know what? I'm happy that you guys are here with me. In Sydney, we've been in lockdown. Oh my goodness, did you guys hear in Sydney? I don't know if it's true, but we can ask Auntie Olivari, you're a Cubs fan? That's cool. You're in Sydney. Is there the Sydney Cubs? I don't know. Do they play cricket or do they play Aussie rules football? Or are you talking about the Chicago Cubs? But I heard in Australia, they're literally having the Australian army come out and like force people not to go out of their houses, which when I see that, it hurts me because I have so many good people and friends that I've met from Australia, and it's just, it sucks, it's not great, and let's see. Somebody says, I just got an email from Dean R. If you want to share this, you can. I don't know if it's true. This is not. There's a YouTube channel letting everybody know approximately how much you make on YouTube. You can do that. You guys want to go see how much I make on YouTube approximately? You've all seen the video, right? How much does Not Leaving Las Vegas make on YouTube? Do you guys want to go see that video or that page? I'm going to show you a hack. It's going to blow your minds up. Okay, curfew in Australia, I know, right? Do you guys want to see that? Say yes if you want to see what people think I make on YouTube and how it's not right, but I'll show you. Say yes in the chats, and we'll open up a window and we'll go trolling ourselves. Let me know if that's something you want to do. No, John Boy says, was that video accurate? No, it's not accurate. It's and it's ridiculous too. So we're gonna go to new tab. Oh, new tab. All right, here's my new tab. We're gonna go over into this window here. And we're going to minimize OBS here. And I'm going to make a new incognito window happen here. As I say it in Eric Cartman's name, kind of, sort of. Let's see here. We're going to go find it. Oh, somebody just emailed me how to block numbers on iPhone. Thank you so much. Who'd emailed me? Who was so nice to take their time? It was Jesus Jimenez. Thank you so much, Jesus Jimenez, for emailing me. I'll look at that email later on. I appreciate you like you don't even know. And I got to go to my OBS app, and I got to share this screen over here. So let's go display. There we are. All right, kiddies. So there's a site called Social Blade. Socialblade.com. Okay, so socialblade.com. There it is. Comes right up. And we got other channels that we look at because I look at my competition and see if I'm doing stuff and if they're doing good and if I'm doing good. But this should be me. So you can type anybody into this. Let's type in, we're not going to out any Vegas YouTubers because that's complete garbage and that's an utter horrible thing to do. Devin says, good evening, my friend. Your home country is smoking us out here in South Dakota. Is there really bad smoke down there? I'm sorry to hear that. So you can type in anybody. Let's type in the grandpappy of them all, PewDiePie. Man, to be PewDiePie. All right, here's PewDiePie's channel. And you can see it shows you a lot of stats, right? Can you guys see this enough? We're going to zoom in on this a little bit in case you're on one of those what is that? Now, that's a weird thing. There was an erotic cartoon ad. Stop it. Go away. Can't see. All right. So you can see PewDiePie's stats right here, covered up by all these horrible ads. And it doesn't even out. It can't even keep up with him. But it says that PewDiePie makes on average anywhere between $1,000 to $18,000. That's what it says. And it says that he makes anywhere between $34,000 to $500,000 a month. That's not accounting for things like brand deals and everything like that. So anyways, just type in anything you want. Not leaving Las Vegas. I look at my competition on here. I'm sure that they do it to me too, and that's fine. So you can see, and it comes up. There I am, not leaving Las Vegas. So it says, here we are. I have a B rating. Cool. This means nothing, by the way. All of this is just postulating and estimating based on algorithms and CPMs and things that you guys don't matter. But anyways, it shows you here. It says, okay, and it's even missing stats. Like you tell me I had no subscribers on Saturday. That's bollocks. That's not true. But anyways, it says my views. I got 13,240,000. But it's actually not true. Like they're missing stats here. It says I made anywhere but $6 to $93 that day. Wow. So either I had not enough to go buy McDonald's, or had enough to go eat a Gordon Ramsay's steak over at the Paris. Do you see how ridiculous these numbers are? So I don't mind showing you this. It's stupid. Where did you find that page? It's called Social Blade. Social Blade's been around forever. Social Blade is one of the reasons why you can't see a real-time count of how many subscribers someone has, because people were using this to basically like just be jerks to each other and fight. So yeah, I made look at this day. Apparently I made $0 on Tuesday. Like, this is a complete stupid thing. Oh, is he making $6 a day, or is he making 91? Pepperidge Farms knows. I'm not going to tell you. But it says I made anywhere between 170 to 2,700. Wow. So you see how baloney this is? And anybody can take this information and they can, they can take it and they can spin it and they can make videos around it, and they do that. It's called clout chasing. Clout chasing is where you use somebody else's name. Like you see these channels, like a really good channel you should all watch. It's called Charisma on Command, and they do videos like how Elon Musk became the richest man in the car industry. And then people are like, oh, I like Elon Musk. So they go and they watch the video because Elon Musk is mentioned. So that's why they're doing those videos. Everybody does them. I don't do them. Anyways, please take a moment to hit the like button. Cool. Check out Camo Dave stats. He's been doing a tad better lately. Well, I'll let you guys go check that out. This is we're not going to go sit here and open up other people's lives, because you can see how ridiculous it is. Oh, that one day I made between $16 and $300. Well, that's not even true. Even if it was $300, just remember, YouTube takes 30% of all of that, and then the IRS takes 30% of all of that. So 60% of everything you see is nothing. Anyways, HBO John is here from Australia. I still haven't taken my course on how to speak Australian. I'm watching and we always love you live streams. Oh, that wasn't terrible. I'm watching and we always love you live streams. I wouldn't want to look elsewhere. Aside from that, we've all been locked down in the fourth time in Brisbane. That was bad. Oh, HBO John, I'm going to get better. Eventually, you're not going to be able to tell me from you apart. It'll be really confusing. Tony, can you get permission to tour the Fontainebleau Drew JW Marriott? It would be great to see its current condition and what the future vision is. That would be cool. I would like that. Who's blocked on YouTube? My comments are still blocked. Oh, okay. Let's see here. He didn't send me his URL. So here's what's going on. Some mods blocked people. Live in the email right now, it says, my comments are still blocked. Guess you just talking now about not blocking is not fully true. What's one subscriber? This is what this person says. His name is Shazam. So here's what, okay, Susanna IM. Okay, so Susanna IM is blocked. Now here's what happens. When mods block people, it messes everything up for me. It's not good. Okay, when mods just randomly block somebody, then I have Susanna IM. I can't get them out of block, but I sent them a link. I said, what's your YouTube channel URL? That's the only way I can do it. So if you've been blocked, you can email me, stevenj@notleavinglasvegas.com. If you get blocked, I will ask you to find your YouTube channel URL. You have one even if you don't make videos. You send that to me. I put it into a special back-end place. I never got an email response, so now she's thinking, you're just blowing smoke. You don't care about one subscriber. I totally do. But that's why when mods block people, for no reason. It messes my day up the next day. I get people complaining to me, and sometimes they don't give me the URL. I can't unblock them, and it sucks. Susanna, I wish I could. If you email me back using the link that I emailed you, I'll unblock you live on this live stream. I can go in and do it in a separate browser. Anyways, when my channel was monetized, I was making $1 for every 1,000 views, Ted Tamura says. Yeah, I mean, you're going to make money based on your CPMs, cost per mille. It's an old Latin term. So in the old days, I used to sell newspapers, right? And you'd say, well, how much to be on the front page of the newspaper on the top? It's called above the fold, you know. Newspapers fold. If this was a newspaper, man, it's all, oh, come on. Look at this. So many masks. If this were a newspaper, right, and you would like unfold the newspaper, so there it is. That part's above the fold, so when it sits on the rack, the newsstands, that's always showing. So you say, well, if you want to be above the fold, my CPM, my cost for 1,000 newspapers printed is this much. So you had $1 CPM. Some channels have $10 CPMs. Some channels have $7 CPMs. During the COVID outbreak, everybody was watching YouTube, but the CPM ad rates dropped because everybody was watching YouTube and more people were trying to get monetized. It is what it is. See, yeah, Casino Crew, see how ridiculously stupid it is? It doesn't make any sense. We have the Patreon. You guys can support Patreon if you want. That would be fun. If the majority of people just refuse to wear masks, then the politicians or businesses will be forced to concede. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Sent you an email, Sig says we can discuss later. Ooh, that would be fun. I didn't see my email come through, but I'm sure you did send an email. My email server is a little bit slow sometimes. Let's see here. I did send it. Okay, well, I'm going to look. Oh, there it is. I didn't see it. All right. Susanna I am is watching. So let me see if I can go in here. I got to go to my back end on YouTube. And I'm not showing you this part because I would be a monumental idiot to show you my YouTube back end. It has everything in there. It has the real amount I make and how many subscribers I have and all of your comments that don't go through because you spam me with stuff, and some of it is vile hatred. So we're going to go to settings right now. Give me half a GIF. I got to unblock this person. It matters a lot to me. And hopefully you don't bail. All right, approved users. I'm going to go paste. There it is. And I'm going to hit enter. And, come on, enter. Susanna I am. There it is. Good. So that should be good. Susanna I am. I don't know. You might want to like log out, log in, come into the chats. I hope I fixed it. It says you're approved. I have screenshots to show it. Maybe I should screenshot that and send it to you, which I can easily do in half a GIF. Give me half a second here, please. Guys, bear with me. It's important. I had a lot of mods at one point, and I had to get rid of a lot of them because this blocking was happening. Oh, son of a gun. What was happening was the mods were blocking people because they just weren't like, oh, you insulted my friend in a chat. So I had to get rid of a lot of them, but I have some great moderators now, and I love all my moderators now. So I'm going to get rid of that and that person's name. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to send it back to you so you see that I did my due diligence. And I'll be right back with you chatting in a minute, guys. It's important to me that I take care of people. If it's real time and you guys think it's crappy content, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's the Canadian in me. Apologizing to you over and over again. Okay. Imagine if after all this another mod blocks him again. I will fire mods. Oh, look, she's back. Susanna I am is back. I didn't see you there. Thanks. You're back. I'm glad you're back. Oh, my gosh. Yay, we're good. Look at that. I dropped 100 people watching. Steve is a rich man. He has a loving wife. Baby, you're a rich man. Until we get through the Greek alphabet, our country will be in ruins. Oh, then they're just going to start naming them like hurricanes. You know, Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Beatrice, Hurricane Charlie, Hurricane Eunice, Hurricane Frank, Hurricane, what's a G name? So hurricanes name them male, female, male, female. They go through the whole alphabet. Let's see here. Thank you, not leaving Las Vegas. Susanna I am is a great person. Good. If the majority of people just refuse to wear masks, then the politicians and businesses will be forced to concede. I heard you before, David. Hello from Winterpeg. Jesse Thomas is here. Good mods don't need to ban. No, but sometimes things happen by accident too. But then sometimes bad mods were in my chat, I'm sure, at some point, and they were just mad at people. They'd be like, hey, I don't like you very much. And they would just like, it was not good. Anyways, Omega will be the last, the Alpha and the Omega. I get what you did there. Let's see here. Steve is a rich man and family and friends. That's good too. Oh my God. I got more emails from you guys coming in. I'm going to send you a video about the scam that's been around YouTube that affected Jim Browning, who is exposing scanners. What is a scam? There's lots of scams. I got scams attempts this week. You guys want to hear about how they attempted to take over my channel this week? Do you want to hear what the scam is? I can tell you one of it. Well, please send me the video, by the way, Jesus. I want to know. Where will you be streaming tomorrow? I'll be on the Strip. I got to be around Resorts World because my channel sponsor for the next month is going to be on the side of Resorts World, and I have to interview one of their models, I guess, is happening. So that's what's happening. The mods volunteers, yeah, the mods aren't paid anything. Mods are not paying me to be mods. They're oftentimes just folks that some of the mods can't even afford to donate a single penny because they're on fixed incomes. So a lot of the mods are just people that have followed me for a long time, and they're always in the chats. So what happens is this is what it'll do. Like, for example, there's a software called Pinnacle Studio. It's been around for a long time. They make video capture cards and devices. They also make video editing software. So if I wanted to capture, let's say I had an old VHS cassette, I could plug something in a USB and I could put the old analog signal in, and then I can play the cassette. It'll record it to my video. So I'll get an email from somebody, and the email is always the same, and it reads the same way. Here we go. Oh, no, that was a legit sponsor opportunity, but I can find one right now. And here's what it would say. I can't find it. Wow. There's so many mask submissions. It's kind of wild. But the email goes something like this. It says, you know, we are a software, and they usually use real names for things. And what we want to do is we want to sponsor your channel. We'd be willing to pay you XYZ amount of dollars. Please let us know. And then what you do is you say, sure, let's do it. Come on, I want my money. I need to get paid. And then what they ended up doing is they end up sending you software. And then the minute you try to log into the software, what ends up happening is you get to a Google login page. You've seen the ones before. You think it's Google. It says log in with your Google account to activate the software. So you type in your Google stuff, and what they're doing is it's a faked page. And they're capturing your username and your password, your email address and your password. And then they quickly go in to your account. They disable your two-factor authentication, which you have on your phone or what have you. And then they take over your account. They lock you out of it. And then they start posting to your audience, usually things like Bitcoin scams and financial things or just spam garbage. And then your viewers start to email you, Steven, what the hell's going on? I see weird videos on your channel. You're locked out. You have to go through YouTube, and YouTube doesn't really talk to smaller channels like mine. They don't care so much about us. So your people have to then put the pressure on YouTube. But eventually, they could delete all of your videos forever. It happens too. HBO John says, I always wondered if there was a way to buy someone's YouTube name, for example. Can I sell my username and buy someone's famous username for money? It's getting better, YouTube. Getting better, HBO. Possibly you can buy a YouTube channel. Like, I mean, look, let's say in the future, MGM Resorts wanted to buy my branding. They said, we think you're worth $10 million. Not leaving Las Vegas is great. We want to use it. We want to own it. They could buy the channel that way, but I'd have to legally say yes to it. Anybody can make any channel. If you wanted to make a channel for PewDiePie and use his logo and all that stuff, you could make it look like you're PewDiePie. But that's the only way to really gain access is to have an actual sale of a channel, just like selling a business. So there you go. Missy Moo says, masks or not, I'm headed to Vegas next month. Hi from Canada. Hey, what's up, Missy Moo? Thank you for coming down here. So that's that's what that is. WZUP is in the house. I should do the rest of the stream in a radio voice, right? You guys ever heard my radio voice? Most of you haven't heard my radio voice, but that's okay. Caesars Windsor opened back up. Last Friday, mask required. If you're required to provide ID, your name, and give them your phone number to enter. COVID here, 5 or less new cases a day for 400,000 people in Windsor. That's not bad. That's not bad. I wonder if that border opens up on August 9th and people from Detroit and from upper state Michigan, upper peninsula, whatever, I wonder if they come over. I wonder if that's going to change. Interestingly enough, Interesting stuff, man. So, what do we got here? MGM Grand is not leaving Las Vegas. Exactly. Steven, you guys ever eat at the Italian American Club? No, Argus. I've been told it's a great place. One of my friends who's a singer, her name is Michelle Johnson. You should check her out on YouTube. She's incredibly talented. She had a show there last week. It's over on East Tropicana, I think, and it's one of those places where like Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. and stuff hung out. I've always wanted to check it out, but I'm not an Italian. I can only do a bad stereotype of an Italian as an impression. Have I ever been to the sports book in Vegas? Ante from Australia asks, which one? Lots of sports books, but I've been to pretty much all of them if you've been in a resort. Random, being from Canada, did you ever ride the Mindbender roller coaster at Edmundchuk? If so, how did you like it versus the Vegas, Nevada coasters? What do you see as the future of Vegas? I've never been, you're talking about Fantasyland over at West Edmonton Mall. Never been on the roller coaster there. I'm not a roller coaster guy. Last roller coaster I was on was actually at Callaway Park in Calgary. I can't compare them, so I would let you do that. But, I mean, West Edmonton Mall has a very good amusement park in it. Terry Calder says, instead of doing the rest of the streams in the radio voice, can you do the rest of the stream with a parody of Will Smith? No! Jeez Louise, yeah, right. I only know the one song, and then there's the which other one is the Men in Black song. I can't do any other Will Smith songs. Just know the theme to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you. Speaking of Italian places, have you ever tried Battista's? I used to love that place. Used to be a part of the old Bourbon Street. Never been to Battista's. It's the hole in the wall. It's behind the Cromwell, over behind, ultimately. It's on the corner of Flamingo. You cross the street from Bally's, you'd be right there. Never had that place. They have boxed wine, all you can drink. So, woohoo, get your drunk on. Is Circus Sportsbook the biggest in the world? Auntie, you know, it's funny because I've asked this question both to my friend Richard Wilk and to my other friend Gordon Prouty over at Westgate. And you know, they both give you the same. It's like, well, you know, who's to say? Like, you can't quantify that. But they all tell you that, yeah, this is the biggest, that's the biggest, whatever. They're both really nice. The Superbook at Westgate is also really nice, too. Getting jiggy with it. As unemployment ends, huge waves of people will get vaccinated. Hawaii people like that hotel near Hawaii people like that hotel near Fremont. They do. They like the Main Street station, and they also like the Fremont. The Fremont has the Fremont Hotel. They're the ones with the oxtail soup and stuff like that. So they cater to the Hawaiians of the 9th Island. Let's see here. Oh, chats have died down. I guess we're done for the night. But anyways, yeah. So it's interesting times. Caroline made all these masks today. It's unbelievable. She made all of these in a single sitting. That's a lot of masks, isn't it? Lots of stuff in there. We got Dallas Cowboys. I got this Stars and Stripes motif right here. We got the weird psychedelic liner. That's the inside of the mask, believe it or not. I mean, that's the outside. And you can get those on VegasFaceMask.com. No S at the end. Steve, have you ever been to the Suncoast? My son used to be a dealer there. Of course, Donna. We used to live out near the Suncoast. It's over on it's near Fort Apache in Charleston. And no, it's not near Fort Apache. It's near Rampart. And we used to go there all the time. They used to have the trucker special. You go there at 2 in the morning and you get like steak and eggs for a few bucks. And we used to go to the movie theater over there too. I like the Suncoast. It's nice, you know, but I don't live anywhere near there now, so. Please do your radio voice. I'll read the next super chat in a radio voice. How's that? If I get one. So if I get another super chat, I'll do it in my radio voice. It almost sounds like the guy from Crazy Taxi. Best desert place on the strip. Best dessert place on the strip. Dessert place on the strip. Hershey's World is great. I mean, it's not dessert, but man, all of the cookies there come directly from a local place that bakes the cookies, and then they bring them in, and then they make all of those ice cream sandwiches and stuff there. So it's pretty good, I think. Thomas Rudd, if I sent some fabric, can she make a mask from it like a commission? Yeah, of course, Thomas. You can send us the fabric. My P.O. box is in all my videos. You click on Show More below the video, and yeah, we can send that. And of course, you'd have to pay for the making of the masks part, you know. But if that doesn't offend you, that would be cool. Shanta says, that's not a lot to say. Radio voice time. Shanta. $5 from Shanta. This is not leaving Las Vegas with the radio voice. Coming at you from somewhere in Las Vegas where it's not infested with COVID. Local mask mandates here today. I thought somebody was gonna post like a big one, like a lot of text for me to read, but that'll work for me, Shanta. Thank you so much, Shanta. This one's coming at you directly from Las Vegas. Have you heard about anything about Big Elvis? Does he have a new home for his show? I was talking to Big Elvis the other day. I was talking to him. His name is Pete. He's in my phone. I can't show you his phone number, but let me see. Watch me show you his phone number. Then Pete will get calls for pizza. There he is. Yeah, I can't show you his phone number, but There it is right there. So I do have them in my deal right there. I was trying to get him to come down to the Westgate because we were covering Elvis stuff. But Caesars Entertainment has him on a contract, and so it takes like 30 days advance notice. And I only learned about it a few days prior. He was down for it. He was like, yes, that'd be great. But he wasn't able to, so that's it. Thomas Rudd says, if Mandalay Bay allowed it, I would ask to have you do some photography for my wedding vow. He says, if Mandalay Bay would allow it, I would if Mandalay Bay would allow it, I would ask to have you do some photography for my wedding vow renewal. I think they allow it. They don't need you to do their own. But I honestly, you would be better off finding a really great professional photographer to do your photography. Not me, because I'm not a great photographer. I take pictures of buildings, not of people. For the most part, I'm getting better at people. Mike Tyson voice time. Oh man, Dan Cruz wants me to do Mike Tyson voice. Hold on. 404 user says German radio sucks so much. You always have these low-assed radio jokes and the fake laugh instead of some motivating music while driving to work with tears running down your face. Oh my God. 404 user must be in Germany, and I feel bad. It's like I can imagine winters in Germany are a lot like Canadian winters, and you want to have that energy, man. You want to have that energy. You know, you just want to be like pumping, rocking, man. Go listen to The Weeknd or something and just rock out to like Blinding Lights. Dan Cruz says, man, I hate doing this when I can see my face. It's really embarrassing. So Mike Tyson, God, I can't. Hold on. This sucks. Okay. I'm not like this. I'm not an impressions guy. I'm not even very good at these, but you guys want to hear them. What's going on? It's Las Vegas. It's Mike. It's Iron Mike. I live in Summerlin. It's a beautiful neighborhood, but I tell you what, if that postman misdelivers my mail one time, I'm going to bite his fucking ear off. Oh, I swore. I cursed. It's funny when you do that. Sorry about that. I'm not a violent person anymore, but I get so angry sometimes. And I just go and I just punch a brick wall till there's nothing left of it. David Snyder, take a look at this 20. I got a few bad ones lately. Thank you, David Snyder. You are a sweetheart. Taco Man says, K. Blilly Super Sounds of the 70s just keeps on trucking with this little ditty, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. K. Billy Super Sounds of the 70s just keep on trucking with this little ditty called the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There you go. Do Larry King voice an intro. No, can't. I'm not a minor bird, damn it. I did curse, though. Can you do Hulk Hogan's voice? It hurts my vocal cords, brother. Hurts my vocal. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. The thing about Hulk Hogan is you got to be like, you got to talk like this, brother. You got to go like this. You got to be over the top. And then you got to go, you got to stop, brother. It's terrible impression, but you got to stop it on a dime. And, it comes from this part, and it's not good. It's not good. Please make a get to the chopper mask. There's no fabric for that. We don't make our own fabric. We tried. We used a company called Spoonflower, and it's 100% cotton, and it looks great, and then you get it, and it looks faded because, there's a different process to dye something like this, and we got some amazing colors on these things. Heck, man. Look at this one here. That's a beautiful one, and that's even in the dim light, So, anyways, Tony says, what's happening at Lake Las Vegas? Is it still open? It's still open. A few years ago, they were freaking out about the aquifer underneath it that was drying up, but it's still open. You can go down there. You can do, like, golf. You can play golf, and they're building a seniors community, 55 plus, which it's not a senior, by the way. That's. I'm not saying you don't. Oh, no. If you're 55 plus, you earned your right to get those discounts and stuff, but I don't know many people 55 years old that are like, okay, I'm a senior now. Like, they're not thinking that. So it's a retirement community, but I think they're calling it a seniors community. But it's a master plan, and it's going to be very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Thank you, Tony. Let's see here. What do we got? Sisolak. I don't have a Sisolak impression, I don't know. Whatever the CDC says, that's my Sisolak impression. Did I ever see ZZ Top? I got fond memories of ZZ Top. So one of the founding members of ZZ Top passed away. I can't remember his name, but you guys all know it, so you can chime in. But anyways, I remember we drove from Alberta, Canada, all the way down to Las Vegas back in the day. And I remember doing that, and it was We only had a few cassette tapes. This is 1995. There were CDs, but not in our vehicle. And then one of them was ZZ Top's greatest hits of, and I just listened to that so many times. I was like, if I never hear ZZ Top ever again. But now, time eats up everybody. Sharon Divine Williams, thank you and your wife. I love my masks. Thank you, Sharon. That is so generous. You already paid for the masks, 2 for $25, and no shipping fees. And thank you, Sharon, for that generosity. We really appreciate you over here. Do a Macho Man. Oh, man, that one hurts, too. Oh, yeah, because it hurts your vocal cords. It's such high-pitched. You guys don't know. I don't have good vocal cords. Spent my life yelling at myself for doing the wrong thing. Steven, have you noticed Resorts World has been getting a lot of bad reviews on travel sites? Guests complaining mainly about the rooms and bad service. Let's look at the resort. Rewind it. Let's look at the Resorts World reviews. Okay? Y'all want to look at Resorts World's reviews? Say yes in the chat if you want to see if they're getting bad reviews. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a drop. I'm not going to say that other thing. I like law enforcement. Our buddy, a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to play me up as if my name was Sega. Oops, that's not good. See, I accidentally showed you something I didn't want you to see for a brief second, but it's okay because it doesn't have any financial information. It just shows moderators, approved users, and some hidden users. See, I almost screwed the whole thing up. Okay, so let's look at google.com. Okay, now we can display that screen to y'all. All right, Google. You feeling lucky, punk? Well, are you? All right, let's see if I can... Wow, that's weird. It kind of spills over the side. So just type in Resorts World, Las Vegas. I was searching for the Switch OLED edition. Not that I can afford it right now with work, but it's like sold out everywhere. All right, so they got 4 stars. You think, well, 4 stars is pretty good? It's not very good. I'm going to tell you why in just half a second. Let's zoom this in a bit. All right, so we got 5 out of 5 stars, but we can always search by. So when you're reading reviews, this is what I like to do when I'm reading reviews. I like to look at where most of them sit, So for the most part, most people thought it was a 5-star property. So you can assume that's good. So if most of them are sitting down here, in these 2 bottom rungs, then you got an issue. Shanta, question from a member, does it cost $15 to mail masks to Canada? So that's a great question. And the last time, so somebody ordered 6 masks to Canada, and it was $22 to ship. I don't surcharge the shipping, right? I don't. I mean, when, most of the time it's $15 to send 2 or 4 masks, but 6, it gets to be a certain weight. But thank you, Shanta. And so what you do is if you're in Canada and you wanted to order masks, order some with some family members or some friends, and, get 3 different people in on it and split the shipping apart, and it becomes like $8 a person, $7.30 a person or something like that. So we look at these, we say, okay, very good. Now you say, well, that's not bad, Steven. What's the problem? Well, here's the problem. Let's go back to the strip right now. And why do I have this down here? Is this even displaying? Oh, it is. That's my clipboard. So here's the problem, right? So let's look on the strip and see what the other properties are, like the Venetian. So here's the Venetian, 4.7 stars, right? That's a problem. And then we go to the Wynn. Okay, here's the Wynn. The Wynn is 4.7 stars. I mean, they don't have hardly any bad reviews. So that's a major problem for Resorts World. So when they're competing, they're trying to compete, of course, directly against, they're trying to compete directly against Wynn, and they're like almost an entire star level down. So let's go down to their reviews, and let's see what we can find. And nightlife, food bar, parking. Nobody likes the parking. What's wrong with the parking at Resorts World? It's free. I didn't find a problem with the parking. What do you guys think? Have you ever parked there? Most people like the property. Fitness is positive. Breakfast, atmosphere, service. Let's go. All right, here we go. 71% of mentions for safety were bad. The bathrooms are apparently bad. People apparently got a bad night's sleep. And what the hell does a kitchen have to do with anything? So you can actually search these resorts, these rooms. Oh man, it's getting late. For the word clean, for example, let's see what clean comes up with. And do we have any resort? Good clean. What? That's not even English. I mean, it's English words, but that's not how that works. Clean, many small restaurants. Clean, bright. Horrible, not clean. Okay, clean and I loved it. Clean, new and finished. Beautifully clean, new opened, super clean. So lots of people say it's exceptionally clean. Okay, how many did we get? We got some. Not a lot. It's not a lot. I don't know. But we got 4. Well, I got 4 scrolls. Now let's type dirty. Let's see what dirty brings us. Christina Aguilera for 1. 1, 2. Wow. Look at that. That's remarkable. Hardly anything comes up for the word dirty. So cleanliness, 61% positive. So while you have all of these YouTubers screaming, and I'm one of them too, I did a video on it too. We're all screaming about how this place is filthy, dirty. Most people don't see it that way. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Cars are getting broken into in their parking lot. Interesting. I didn't hear that one. My goodness. Oh my gulai. Hit that like button. Let's get it to 500 likes. That would be good too. Some dude did a video in Resorts World, actually brought a tape measure with him, found out that the room was like 70 square feet smaller than advertised. Oh my God. 70 square feet. That's like, I don't know. Listen, yeah, you could advertise it. And maybe they made a mistake. But 70 square feet, is that a significant amount to you? I'm being goofy on it, but maybe it is a significant amount to you. I don't know. Many complain their rooms weren't cleaned at Resorts World. I know, but I can't see it in the Google results. It's kind of weird. And these, maybe we got to go to like TripAdvisor. Well, TripAdvisor, Resorts World, Las Vegas. Let's see what that comes up with. And let's go back to the action. Snap back to reality. Okay, Las Vegas Hilton at Resorts World. Whoo, that's not a good rating. Oh, that's also not a good rating. But they are very small sample sizes of reviews. Let's see what people have to say on TripAdvisor. All right, about. Location is crappy. We already knew that. Cleanliness is good on there. Service and value. So why is it getting such a low review score? Very nice. It's a great hotel. Noise. My complaint was that the nightclub was incredibly loud. They have an outdoor nightclub during the weekend. Okay, fair enough. The worst hotel on the Strip. Stayed there on the second day after its grand opening. We got to zoom in on this one too. Room service was super slow. Took almost 3 hours to get hot water to be delivered to the room. There was not a tea/coffee kettle. Took hours to get a room service. Multiple phone calls. Woo. Oh, that's only a few days ago, by the way. I don't know when their stay was. Wow, they got a pretty strong argument. 1 out of 5 rating. 3 stars by giving 4. Well, that doesn't seem fair. Came for R&R. I left frazzled. Oh, man. TV was broken. 2 hours on my stay. Was a repairman in my room. Triple D slots. What up? Have you noticed a demeanor difference in Vegas visitors over the past year? I've always felt safe in Vegas. Has that changed? I noticed it's actually back to a happy crowd. There was a big issue for a long time there where it didn't feel safe. You had a camera out on the Strip, and it was bad to do that because, like, people were legit upset with you. And I never told you guys this, but I'll tell you a secret right now. Okay, I had a video that did a live stream, and somebody noted me timestamped me a part of the video where one guy was passing, a thing used for police use it for defense, but bad guys use it to hurt you, and it's not a Stabbyville thing. So it's in my video, and I actually forwarded that off to somebody. I called Metro. They didn't care. One guy handing another guy this thing on the crosswalk that goes from Harmon Corner over to the Cosmopolitan. Cops didn't seem to care. So I actually contacted somebody I know who knows another person who's the head of SWAT. And they actually took the video and they investigated. And it turned out that they arrested the guy. And he had a stolen weapon. And it was an unlicensed, pew pew, that kind of thing. And but that was last year. I've not seen anything like that right now. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Oh my God, I gotta mute this. Hold on. Oh, my abs hurt so much when I cough. It's not even funny. Let's see here. Resorts World will sell next year to someone else. Nope, that's not gonna happen. I can guarantee you. So there's another. That's a bad one. Pleasantly surprised. Staycation 2 nights. Well, you're local. That's good that you stayed. So I don't see a ton of bad reviews, but for some reason it's 2.5, Here's another one. Worst stay ever. Does not live up to Hilton standards. And we got this gorgeous... Oh, this is their photo. Okay. So this is their photos here. We got this. This is their pool area. That's a nice pool, I gotta say. All that stuff in the background is unfinished business, so they're not even finished with the property quite yet. There's the ball. So I don't see what's the problem. This person posted photos. These are just the standard from management. You don't have anything from actual users. But yeah, street food court. Let's see here. Worst day of ever. Ordered from them. Problem was that when I checked out at the food court, the order wasn't complete as it kept hanging at the part where I took my credit card info. Tried several more times. Couldn't get their food, it sounds like. Whoa, that's a wall of text. Please, my friend David T. If you ever watch my channel, please, man, paragraph breaks. You could put one right here, for example, and it'd make it a lot easier to watch and read. Oh, look, they're responding. We are saddened to learn of the disappointing level of service you received during your stay. The information you provide is important to us. Your comments and concerns will be shared. They should comp this guy at night if he had that much of a bad time. But they're never going to do that. The biggest disappointment in Vegas since Sisolak was elected. Oh, Philippe. You wordsmith you. Let me start by saying that I was extremely... Why did he put a quotation mark? Philippe, you don't need to put a quotation mark. Do they all do that? No. They do not. Oh, they do. Okay, Philippe didn't put a quote. I thought maybe Philippe had lost his Philippe in mind. Pros, cool screens. TV comes with Netflix, casting. Jail cell windows, we've heard this. The rooms are tiny. Food choices are bad. The kitchen was atrocious. Oh, that's why they're referring to the word the kitchen. Okay. 7 pools, but in reality, it's 7 small pools separated by each other. Uber Lyft area has no shade or benches, no innovation, awful location. Conclusion, this hotel should not be priced more than $30 a night. You know, I would wonder if Philippe works for some other company, but look at this. He just hates hotels. Look at this guy. So you gotta consider the mentality of the person that's reviewing. And if Philippe's watching, brother, I appreciate you doing this, but extremely old. This is a hotel in Austin, Texas. This is the one we just read. Mediocre at best. This is in Myrtle Beach. There's another crappy. He hates this place. The worst of Caesars Entertainment. Bally's is apparently terrible. So, oh my God, look. TV with no swivel. You son of a bitch. I can't watch my TV that way. Okay, I get it, man. That's kind of an inconvenience. He does like this place in Rockwall, Texas, but he hates Fort Myers Beach, Hampton Inn. Look, man, this guy doesn't have anything nice to say about anything except for Scottsdale Hilton. Okay, wait, hold on. Are we seeing a pattern? No, I thought maybe we could see. Oh, he likes Hilton properties. Well, no, who knows? Okay, we're done with that. This is boring now. All right. I stay in Summerlin at Green Valley Ranch or Red Rock. Well, Green Valley Ranch is in Henderson. So I might have met Henderson when you said that. Red Rock is in Summerlin, though, for sure. Funalicious. People are giving bad reviews because their expectations were very high. That's definitely a possibility. And we can equate that to anything. There is paid haters on TripAdvisor and Google that try to get people to stay at other places. Silver Pill, you're a man of my own heart. That's what I was thinking. Philippe seems picky as heck. I'll show you something. You guys want to see something? I'll show you something that I'm doing with Amazon, if you guys care. Amazon Associates. And I got to log into my Associates Central account. I'll show you something I'm doing with Amazon. If you guys want to know what's up with me. It helps the channel out if you use this stuff. I got to log into my Amazon account and get away from the back end thing like that. And then we're going to go to... No, we're going to go to influencers. Because I'm an Amazon influencer apparently now. And it's a way to possibly make money for the... I don't know if there's a way to do it. I have no idea. But we'll figure it out. I'll show you guys this in just half a second. Sign up. I'm already signed up. Here I am. And here's my storefront. So I have this on Amazon. And I don't know how it works exactly. So here it is. See what others see. So when you go to my storefront, you can see here. I got a blue check mark, which means I am officially... look at this. I got 50,000 views on my reviews, apparently. And 1,400 helpful votes. 52 public reviews. There's my lamp that I ordered, for example. And I can add these to my page. Like, I bought this little deal right here. This is a fantastic little battery charger. It sticks on the back of your iPhone. Has a kickstand. It's a MagSafe type of battery charger. And I reviewed that one. And the guy is super cool. And it's $40. And I guess if people see your reviews and they're helpful reviews, then what ends up happening is... There's my review with my check mark. I'm so proud of my check mark. I guess if they buy based on your review or they voted helpful, you make some kind of a commission. And some guy on YouTube is running around telling people he made $4,000 in commissions somehow. I'm like, how's that even possible? If you're moving, so yeah, you guys can do that if you care about that. I guess I'll put it on Patreon because I don't know. I don't like promoting stuff for some reason. Steven, what's going on? You need a casino status in Vegas for good room on the strip to look at the points guide to help get a diamond card. I have a diamond card. I actually have one. I have a higher than diamond card. I have this card here because somebody on my channel was awesome. Cincinnati Kid. He says, good night, Steven. Cincinnati Kid, thank you for your huge generosity. That is awesome of you. Guys, thanks, Cincinnati Kid, 719 times. But I do have this card. This is my companion card for... Can you focus? There it is. Companion card for Caesars Rewards. 7 stars. So that's fun. Yeah, thank you, Cincinnati Kid. That was super generous of you. So I do have that. Somebody put me on as the companion status. And I've used it to valet park at Caesars Palace and stuff. They have a separate valet. I don't know if their lounges for the 7 stars and Diamond are open. Not sure. I tried to use it to cut the line for the buffet. I was told the buffet was booked out until September. You can't eat at the buffet unless you stand for 4 hours on standby. I don't like promoting Amazon stuff. No, Tuxedo Man, I didn't actually... Don't be so rough on me, dude. I'm tired of that kind of stuff. I'm not your punching bag. Influencers and YouTubers, we're not here for you to take shots at, okay? I have 950 channels videos on my channel. I worked very hard to build the channel. I don't like promoting myself outwardly. I'll show you the page, but you notice I didn't show you the page URL, and you can't find me. So you can't even get to the page where I could put products that you could actually purchase. That's the part I don't like. So try to be nice to people out there, everybody. Donate your child tax credit. No, spend it on your kids. If you're getting the Biden money for the child tax credit, please spend it on your kids. Buy them some good stuff. We all have our choices to live with or live locked in your home. Get vaccinated if you want to feel safe. Don't want vaccination. Make sure to take care of all the precautions. Life is too short. I like Leah Moore's thinking on that. I like that. Will buffets shut down again? No, I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because we were at a point last year where everybody was freaking out over the surfaces. You know, if you touched this pen and then I borrowed your pen and then I licked your pen, then I would get COVID or something, you know. Don't lick pens, but even if I touched it and then I rubbed my eye, I could get COVID. That's what they said. I didn't lick the pen, but now we've gotten to a point where that's actually been debunked highly from what I read. So they say that that's not a problem. You're not going to have that problem. You're good to go. Just use hand sanitizer, wash your hands. So I don't think the buffets, that was the main problem with the buffets. You know, it wasn't the airflow. It was the touching a utensil and touching something else and then touching your face and getting the COVIDs, you know. And who has that great username? It was, and then there's you. That's a great username. Thank you, and then there's you. Hope you're subscribed to the channel. Champagne Poppy says, Steven, you know you get 2 free show tickets a month, 4 free drinks a day, and a celebration birthday dinner. I don't think I get all that, because when I swipe my card for my companion offers, or my offers, it just gives me buy one, get one free link tickets. And I like the high roller. That's fine. I'm not a heights guy, but whatever. MC High Life, McHigh Life, love your content. Hubby offered a job considering moving to Vegas. Any insights? Wow, congratulations on the job. If it's a good, solid job, I think Vegas is a great place to relocate to. I think it's a wonderful town. I think there's a lot to offer here, but people have to dig into it to actually realize how great things actually are. You know, I would say take a run at it. You know, homes are still cheaper here than a lot of places. You could conceivably sell your home. The problem with buying a home right now is you're probably going to pay $40,000 to $60,000 over the market price. And you're going to have to get a really great realtor to work with you. Now, if you need a realtor, I have a friend. His name is Josh. He's a realtor. He can help you out, and he will go to the ends of the earth to do a great job for you. He's some of the best loan officer people in the world here in Vegas, and he has some of them that he's affiliated with. And you can email me using the email below where I just did this little weird thing. I actually want you to put the link on Patreon for your Amazon page, and yes, do not lick pens. Yes, that's one letter off of being a bannable offense. Funalicious, I'm being gross. I'm being a guy for a minute. Market crash coming. No, the market probably just in case won't crash, but it will readjust. The reason the market crashed before was very complicated, but essentially people were offered bad loans that had an expiration date, and when the loans ballooned up in size, then nobody had a good time paying their loans back. But now we're in a position where it's probably not going to crash. The only thing I see is people who bought investment homes not getting paid by their renters, and then those renters not paying, and then their banks wanting to collect and not being able to pay and possibly losing those homes. Good night, Donna Bolton. And if you're lucky enough to be on holidays in Vegas tonight, good luck. Enjoy your trip and stay safe. Thanks, Steve, for the chat session. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Boulder Highway is the best place to live. My shoulders are very sore. I'm sorry. Chat Kid, I reckon, is an awesome realtor. I know. I'm sure he is. Lots of realtors are good. You got to pick a realtor that's very... honest. I don't know Chat Kid. I'm sure he's very honest. But I just have a recommendation, and if you send somebody that way, then it's nice, and you guys do something nice for the channel. There's always a crash in the future. We just don't know when or why it'll happen. Well, I mean, the real estate market didn't crash for a long time, and it only crashed that one time in 2008. So they did a lot to adjust the loan process. The other thing we have to worry about is inflation for regular everyday items. Gas out here is now almost $5 a gallon for premium and $4 a gallon in some places for regular. It was $2.30 a year ago, and it's almost double the price. And it's incremental. It's a creep. It's like when you notice the Christmas decorations are getting put out after Labor Day, and you're like, what the hell? It's the Christmas creep, but it's also an inflationary creep. That's a problem. Let's see here. Google Resort, Argus sellers. Okay, we're just having our own conversations. If you guys want to ask me questions, that's what keeps this chat going. I'm happy that you're chatting with each other and we built a community, but be sure to ask me some questions too. Lots of major moves in baseball today. Sucks to be a Cubs fan. Yeah, well, there's some guy from Vegas that was traded from the San Francisco Giants or something. I don't know. Nancy Grisick just returned to Toronto after 1 week in Vegas. Watch no news. Thanks for catching up now. Glad I stayed off strip at South Point. Love her some South Point. South Point is a beloved property. I'd really like to work with them and show you guys some stuff there, but they have a very hardcore filming policy for the privacy of their guests, and their employees love their boss, and their boss will basically, they will go to the ends of the earth to protect the property. They've threatened to get rid of me when I was using a little GoPro camera, said I needed media credentials. I'm like, I'm just taking a video of the lobby, and then I'm going to go up. You have a guest that's staying here as an invited guest. You're comping his room. They're like, nope. So they were nice about it at least. Last week, the gas station I went to in Las Vegas only had unleaded 87. They didn't have the other two types of grades. Yeah, the reason for that, Steve, I learned, is that premium is actually a mixture of two types of gas. So they either have one or they have the other. The other day, a couple of weeks ago, I went to the gas station and they were out of regular gas, and they were selling premium for the same price as regular. Or is it mid-grade? Yeah, mid-grade is a mixture of premium and regular into mid-grade. That's the way it goes. So there's gas shortages because truck drivers apparently are not transporting it enough. That's what I heard. I've ever run into celebrities while on the strip. I met Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. I put that on my community wall. And then he followed me on Twitter, which was kind of cool. I've met Weird Al Yankovic / from Guns N' Roses. They're performing here in a month or so. I don't know. They're performing in August over at Allegiant. I met Jerry Springer before. I've seen Howie Mandel walking down the strip. He's a germaphobe, so he won't shake your hand. I saw Andrea Bocelli once. That was kind of cool. Who else? Al Pacino from Scarface fame. He was doing a movie premiere at Planet Hollywood once. And then you got to look at Matt Damon when the Jason Bourne film was filming, but no meeting those folks. 325 in Hoosierville, Edward Sestito says, for gasoline. Will prices for hotels jump real high during the weekend Raiders games? Yes, I imagine they will. Definitely spike. Steven, you think Google will ever open a branded resort in Vegas? Maybe not. I don't think they will. Google is such a name right now. We refer to web searches as doing a Google search. So there's no reason for them to open it wouldn't be a branding opportunity is what I'm saying. It wouldn't make any sense for them to do that. See else we got. Nicolas Cage. Never met Nicolas Cage. He lives here full time. Also, Mike Tyson has a home here. Lots of celebrities have homes in Vegas. I met Floyd Mayweather Sr. Tom Brokaw said Floyd Mayweather's bodyguard nearly killed me. Steven, you think Players Club will make a comeback? I don't know what Players Club is, Argus. It might be... Oh, Argus changed his icon. He's no longer a Cubs guy. He's got a squirrel on there. You saw Bocelli? I bet he didn't see you. Ha ha! We have this joke in our household that Andrea Bocelli is not really blind. Andrea Bocelli is the Conte Partiro. I can't say it. It's Italian. I don't say it right. But that's the song that he sings with Sarah Brightman, I think, for the Bellagio fountain. And so we used to watch like PBS. I don't know why we don't watch PBS anymore, but when we had cable TV, we don't have cable. We have YouTube TV now. And anywho, there was like, they show him like doing activities that require sight. And so the joke was like, oh, he's not even blind. He's just joshing. He's playing it, but he's fantastic. Never met Dana White. Let's see here. He was in Royal Highlands or Southern Highlands. Could be Southern Highlands. Watch the Water Grill video, Cal says. Where else would you recommend for fish and chips? I've had good fish and chips over at the Ellis Island, but the first time they were great, and the second time they were very greasy. So it's hit or miss maybe, but they have fish and chips there. And then Gordon Ramsay has fish and chip his place over at the Link, but that's very casual, in and out. You're gonna eat outside kind of thing. They only have a few tables inside. I never had that one. Steven, did you ever check out that coin law? I remember that one guy mentioning that regarding Resorts World's food court. Yeah, that's not a law. So somebody had said, oh, Resorts World is breaking the law because there's a federal coin law that says you have to accept real hard cash for things. That's not true. There's no law that says that. There is a law that says that you have to be able to use coins to pay for things if they accept coins, but any business can not accept any form of payment that they want to accept. It's not necessarily a coin thing, Not necessarily at all. Hold on a sec. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to open a pineapple juice can because I'm getting very, very tired talking this long. For whatever reason, this is actually tiring me out. This tires me out more than a strip walk. And I would like somebody to explain why these cans, with all of this whole thing about saving the environment, these are the thickest cans in the world. Have you ever felt one of these things? They're built like a brick you-know-what house. Let's see here. What is your favorite Las Vegas movie? Mars Attacks for the win. I gotta look it up. I can never remember the name of it, but it stars Nicolas Cage, and then who else is it? It's the guy from The Hobbit, which is not Tobey Maguire. Bilbo Baggins actor. So it stars Nicolas Cage and not Ian Holm. What's wrong with you? It's one of the guys from The Lord of the Rings. I gotta look it up. You're gonna like this movie, and you will never think of watching it because you don't even know it exists. So I gotta find it for you. Elijah Wood. So it's Elijah Wood. This is how I find stuff. Nicolas Cage. It's called The Trust. Okay, it's the most Vegas movie that's ever Vegased because they're really good on the filming locations. The whole thing, as far as I can tell, all of it was shot in Las Vegas. The whole thing was done in Sin City. It's called The Trust. Nicolas Cage, Elijah Wood, Jerry Lewis is in it. The man. Hey, lady, Jerry Lewis. It basically is about a couple of LVMPD, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department people that actors, LVMPD officers that have this opportunity to perform like a heist and rob some other guys, and it goes wrong. And I didn't spoil the whole movie for you because I'll have the spoiler alert crew yelling at me. But here's the trailer for it with no audio. Watch my YouTube content ID go way off the charts. I better show it in this format here. There you go. There's the pepper mill. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the most on-location shot movie ever in Las Vegas. I can't open this freaking can because they make these things bulletproof and I have no fingernails. So, yeah, It's actually, this is just the trailer. I don't know if this is still on Netflix because that's where we originally watched it. But if it's not, you might want to even pay $5 for this movie if you have to buy it somewhere. Because I think it's that good and I would recommend that you watch it. So, and anything with Nicolas Cage in it is actually probably good, even though he gets stereotyped as being a crazy madman. He's actually a good actor. He's underrated. So you can see they're getting the blueprints for their gig. There is Vegas, baby. Real Vegas. Look, that's what homes in Vegas look like. They didn't film this in L.A. They're just the LVPD, not the LVMPD, unfortunately. So this trailer is not giving away too much of the movie. But they have to order a special thing to get a special part, and they get this drill. You can see it's all filmed in Vegas. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. There's the Peppermill again. Gotta love me some Peppermill. Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage. Yep. Everything was done on location in Vegas. I can tell you where every single scene of this movie is shot. I might actually tell Caroline we have to watch this again. Supposed to have a husband and wife type of date night on a Sunday. Now, good movie. Good movie. Metro don't wear blue. No, you're right. They wear tan. But there are some Metro officers that will wear blue. But it's okay. It's okay. And there you go. And that's on Spring Mountain Road where they shot that. Spring Mountain Road has this giant quarry. And, yeah, definitely worth watching The Trust. And you can actually buy it on YouTube for $8 if you want to buy it, or you can rent it for $4. I highly recommend it, and if you do watch it, report back to me and let me know what you thought of that one, because I think it's awesome. Favorite Vegas movie, The Cooler. Okay. Martin Landau's in it. There you go. See, I turned you on to a movie. It was worth going to the show tonight and watching Not Leaving Las Vegas yammer on like a crazy person for 2 hours from the studio. That's good, you know, it's a good one. You know, Vegas Vacation's fun too. Ocean's 11 is also good. I have to scoot, Steven. It's nearly 1 a.m. in Buffalo, New York. I will watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Do you like pro wrestling? It's big in Canada. Of course it is. I mean, Canadians, basically the Hart family and the Dungeon in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, they basically made that a thing. I used to like wrestling when I was younger. I remember watching it back in the Hulk Hogan and the Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, all that kind of stuff. So we have a photo here. I'm going to save image as. Devin sent us this. And let's see if I can open this up without... where did it go? It's on my desktop somewhere. And Hyperloop, that's not it. So I'm going to open up Devin's photo, but I can't even find Devin's photo right now because there's so much crap on my desktop and I can't exactly show you my entire desktop. So let me try that. Take 2. I'm going to save as, where I know it'll be saved. I'll show you guys what Devin is dealing with. There's a lot of crap going on in this world. Like forest fires are burning. It's not good. So I'm going to say smoke. I'll show you guys this. To honor Devin for being cool to send me an email live on the stream. And we're going to go to this drive where it is. Date modified today. There we go. Oh, that is smoke. Okay. Come on, preview. I know you can do it. There it is. So this is the smoke that they're dealing with out where Devin is in his neck of the woods. And that's pretty bad, actually. Oh, wow. Preview didn't show up. There it is. Wow. That is some smoky skies, man. Looks like it's a dry summer where you guys are at. Hopefully you guys are not burning up out there. It's been a weird summer. We've had a lot more rain than we did last summer. Surprisingly enough. You know, we had nothing last summer. It was all hot. Today is not hot. This summer has been like 90s for the most part. We had a little streak of hot. I was trying to put together a video where I sit in the car as long as I possibly can with a meat thermometer that'll read the temperature live and show you how dangerous it is. I can't do that when it's only 90 degrees. We are in the roaring 20s. It's only getting started. One-time piece, I'd like to think that. You know, I'd like to think that we are in the roaring 20s. It's an allusion to the 1920s after, you know, Spanish flu, whatever you want to call it. The flu pandemic of 1918, 1919. You can't say the Spanish flu because some people get offended. Sorry, I'm just 40 years old and I'm just saying what I was saying for 40 years. And then, you know, of course, World War I ended and the whole economy just went straight to the clouds. It was good. Stevie Wonder is not blind. Google it. No, he's blind. Stevie Wonder is not blind. Come on. Stevie Wonder is not blind. Not blind. Let's Google it. It's not blink. That's not how that works. Stevie Wonder isn't blind. Oh, it's a song by the Harmony Brothers. Ah, you sure had me. I gotcha. Andre the Giant, yep. Been really bad in BC for fires this year, making Calgary smoky too. Absolutely. It's a song. It's actually a song. But, American Truthers. There's a whole YouTube video on it. Conspiracy that Stevie Wonder isn't blind. So Stevie Wonder is blind, as far as I understand it. And we're not going to question that, because it's terrible to question a person's disability. And if he is lying, then, as Bob Dylan said in a song, you're going to serve somebody someday. Okay. Kudos to the 1980s babies. That's me. Let's see here. A rubber fire is the worst thing to endure. The heat and smell are murder, and they burn forever. Ugh, I know. Terrible, man. Terrible. Let's read some comments. The government has to accept cash, not private businesses. MXP says that's true. This week, Alberta Health, Silver Pill Gary says, recent decision to lift all restrictions and said COVID is an epidemic, not a pandemic, and that is up to individuals to get the vax if they don't want to get really sick. So we have our different classes of things. A pandemic is something that's spread way out of control. An epidemic is more like the flu that happens every year. So when we go into epidemic status, it's expected that you could get sick, but it's not out of control. It can be controlled. So that's what the government of Alberta has been doing. And I've read some doctors that say that it might be at that point, but you know, you don't read that often. Let's see here. Hey, Steven, any meetups, Irving? I'm not doing them until Canadians and Brits can come in. Plus, I'm not confident people would want to meet with me, you know, but whatever. Let's see if we got any more comments down here. Let's see. I remember Monday Night Retro. Okay. Let's see here. I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife. There you go. Let's see here. Support via PayPal, Shanta says. Yeah, you can go to notleavinglasvegas.com/donate if you wanted to do that. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Shanta. Anybody recall the classic SNL episode where Stevie Wonder playing tennis? He didn't realize he was visually impaired. I do remember that one, actually. I do. It's really great being with you guys. I'm trying to think of some things to chat about. There's a couple of good sites that you guys could look for, too. A couple of sites. Let's bring them up. Let's just look together. For Vegas stuff, okay? I'm going to do a new incognito window. I don't want you guys to see my life out here. So one of the places I go to, there's vegaschanges.com. Oh, there's vegasfacemask.com. That's a good site that you all could visit if you want to order a face mask. Wow, look at all those patterns. There sure are a lot of patterns on this site, but that's my wife's site. If you guys are ordering from the site, by the way, if you click on PayPal, you do not need to have a PayPal account. You can simply check out as a guest and use any card, but some people don't know that, and then they don't pay, and then I invoice them, and then they never pay. There's vegaschanges.com. That's a site that some of you guys may or may not know about. And vegaschanges.com, they update pretty much every single day, which is pretty good. Look at that. 90 a year old. What is this? Which one is this? The Railroad Pass. This is the first hotel that I ever stayed at in Nevada, actually. Well, I remember. It's near, it's south, near Prim or whatever. And I think this is the first one ever. So 90 years old. And this is actually pretty good. You never even know about this stuff. VegasChanges.com is a good site. They do trivia games, shows. This is a big deal, this big show that's happening. Lauryn Hill, Usher, TLC, Nelly, Neo, like Ludacris, Lil Jon, Ja Rule. I mean, it just goes on and on. This is a big festival that's going on at the festival grounds in May. Station Casinos offers details about the Durango project. They're building a giant casino in the Southwest Valley that most of you will never see if you come here because you're going to stay on the Strip. Paris, Las Vegas to turn former Laurel Lounge into a Vanderpump à Paris. So Lisa Vanderpump is ruling Vegas. So there's a lot of stuff here. You know, I could just base videos on this all day long and tell you guys this stuff. I don't know if this is the kind of stuff you want to see on the videos. But it's, 98 degrees. Look at that. My boy Jeff Timmons, he wants to do a video with me. The guy from 98 Degrees. And some people go, 98 who? It's 98 Degrees. Okay, they're a big boy band back in the 90s. And Thursday, September 16th, Maybe I'll ask him if I can get tickets. No, I wouldn't do that. It feels such like a scumbag thing to do. But anyways, yeah, he's in my phone book now. So I got a bona fide celebrity in my phone book. That's one site I go to. And then you have other sites. So I have casino.org /news. And casino.org will show you all the gaming industry, including the United Kingdom, Macau, China, and then COVID stuff. And you can just look, Red Rock stuff. A lot of this is not Vegas related necessarily, but it's actually most of the popular one, like Ontario casinos okay to reopen as early as Friday. Las Vegas population forecast to increase more than what? The hell? Are you kidding me? The Las Vegas population is estimated 2.38 million people as of the end of 2020. Southern Nevada real estate agents, commercial and residential developers, future home sellers, and casino resorts will have plenty to cheer about. Be home to 3.383 million people by 2060. Come on, man. That's 40 years from now. That's not... Yeah, you're just making a bold prediction. We'll run out of water before then. Anyways, that's one site that I go to, casino.org. And then, of course, you have the one that makes up things a lot. I mean, just rumors. But some of the stuff he says is really true. You got Vital Vegas. Everybody knows them, some Vital Vegas, and he's reporting the same stuff as everybody else. Vital Vegas is good for rumors. There you go. Look at that. Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. But he's also made predictions like that the Luxor is going to be imploded. It's disappearing forever. And, the Planet Hollywood. He posted on Twitter. He blocked me. He doesn't like me. He says, I hope you liked the last time you were ever in Planet Hollywood. It'll be your last. He was predicting that was sold. That never sold. So that's another site that I look at, of course. And then we have the Las Vegas Review Journal, lvrj.com. Oh, God, I can't type today. And then you need to pay for this one. I pay for it. But this will give you a lot of good stuff. And you can just, basically click on the business section. So, oh, my God, look at this. What's happening at the Tropicana? Yeah, so I told you guys they're probably going to rename this into something else, Bally's or something like that. Cryptic hints. Well, we'll have to cover this in a video next week. So you guys don't get to see that whole thing right now. All right, so that's some of the sites that I use for news and stuff like that. Steven, why does your search history say Victoria's Secret? Oh, it doesn't. That's fine. And if I was going to do that, I'd use a whole other browser. What do we got here? Running out of water is a rumor. No, it's not. It's actually happening. Lake Mead is the lowest it's been since they filled it, ever. Can I buy you a beer? It'll have to be one of those Heineken Zeros because I don't drink alcohol anymore. But, if I have time, I always love to meet people. It's always fun. Yeah, so you got to watch out for rumors, unsubstantiated rumors. People pull on your... the right stuff was the Backstreet Boys? No, Johnny Rookweir. The right stuff was New Kids on the Block. Oh. The right stuff. I used to stay at the Trop in the 90s. Stayed at the Hacienda in 94 too. I want it that way. What's the 98 Degrees big hit? 98 Degrees biggest hit. So we got that going on. 98 Degrees had Still, My Everything, Invisible Man, I Do, Cherish You, It's All Because of You. I don't know. You can look at their Billboard performance, and you can see they had their peak position ever was 12th. They spent 28 years on the chart. 28 weeks on the chart. 28 years. They're still charting. It's freaking amazing. They were actually number 12, Invisible Man. They were peaked at number 5, actually, so it's lying to me. They peaked at number 5. So they've had some big hits on the Billboard charts. And, I mean, it's incredibly difficult to get on the Billboard charts. I mean, you got to be, especially back then. That was radio play. They had no streaming. They had streaming, but it wasn't prolific like it is today. You ever been to Wet and Wild? No, there's 2 of them. There's 2 Wet and Wild water parks in Vegas. One is in the west side of town over on Fort Apache, and the other one is in Henderson. Wet and Wild used to be on the Strip, of course, and then they took that down and they started building the Fontainebleau, which is becoming a JW Marriott, apparently, in Q3 of 2023. I'll believe it when I see it. But there used to be a Wet and Wild on the Strip. Good idea, MC High Life. Thank you for your generosity in the chats, on the super chats. I appreciate you very much. Checking in from Tijuana, Mexico. David Macias. I used to live in La Playa de Tijuana. I lived right near the bull ring. You can go to the border, fence, and you look at the on the other side is Borderfield State Park, and we used to live right on the beach there for just a minute. Let's see here. They could sing too. It just didn't get as much exposure. That's true. That's true. The 90 Degrees was good. Have you seen the recent pics of Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit? It makes me feel old. He's aged a lot. It looks way different. Some of those folks, man, they live their rough life. They live a fast and dangerous life. Do a winter video sitting in a car in Edmonton. Dude, Argus. I'm from Cowtown. You know, Calgary is colder than Edmonton. Most people don't know that. I don't have a problem with Edmonton, being that I'm from Calgary. There's a rivalry between these two cities. I like Edmonton. It's a pretty city. It's nice. Nice people. Let's see here. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is a Vegas movie. Parts of it are, that's for sure. No one talks about the shooting that happened in Vegas years back. I actually, Ranulfo S., I actually cover that every October 1st. I always do. Steven, you're making me reminiscent of 90s pop culture. I'm a 90s kid, Mauro Calderon. Absolutely, I am. Let's see here. Cowabunga Bay and Henderson, I believe. Oh, is it right? You're right, Alex. Thank you so much. Good on you. You are correct. It is Cowabunga Bay. Oh, that's what I was thinking. In-N-Out for breakfast? I don't know, but In-N-Out sounds really good. However, I'm not going to eat In-N-Out. I'm trying to slim down. I'm trying to go to the gym 4 times a week. You know, I got to go tomorrow in the morning. And In-N-Out, I get it for Caroline. I eat her Celine. That's like her dialect for leftovers in the Philippines. Maybe I'll get her some In-N-Out after this. Do you think they will build a theme-based casino again, like the Excalibur or Luxor, or just a generic one? I don't know, man. I mean, Born in Metal, thank you for being on my chats for so long, by the way, Born in Metal. And you've been on here forever. And Born in Metal, I'm going to make you a moderator because you've been on the chats for probably a year straight. I will tell you, Born in Metal, if we get complaints now that people are getting timed out for bad reasons, you're probably going to be the first to go. Don't be mean to people. You know the rules. You know what I don't want. People can use a cuss word here and there. They just can't troll people, and don't insult me or the wife or anybody else of a minority or whatever. You know, LGBT and Jewish people. Don't be mean to against religions. You know the deal. So Born in Metal, you're now a moderator. Good on you. So what was the question? Do you think they'll build a casino theme? I don't know, man. I mean, theme casinos are good for families. I told you guys before, my theme casino would be build one based on the 90s, and then in 10 years, update it to the 2000s, and then in 10 years from that, update it to the 2010s, because you're going to be chasing that generation, like the 90s kids now that are 40 years old kind of thing, the 90s teenagers that are in their mid-30s, early 40s, and then in 10 years, those people are now 50, 60, so they're not your market anymore, and then you have the people below them, and so on and so forth. Let's see here. What do we got going on here? I'm surprised you don't worry about the gym. I don't worry about the gym, Dorinda. I don't worry about anything at this point. God is going to take care of everything. He's going to take care of me. He's going to take care of my family. I had my Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It still causes me troubles to this date. There's still times when I can't think of words, but it's not as bad as it was at first. Caroline has the same problem with that. I still have asthma throughout the entire day. It can strike me late, which never happened my whole life. I usually get it in the morning because I have asthma as a child. That's one of the reasons I got the vaccine. I didn't want to end up in a hospital somewhere with a pre-existing condition. But no, not really. I have to wear a face mask at the gym. I don't know. Which mask should I wear tomorrow? I got the Canadian mask. Do you think I should wear the Canadian mask? Do you want to go through the masks? We got our, I think this is called Air and Go Bra. And then I got Blue Mosaic. Okay. What else do I got? I don't even know the name of this one. And then I got me some Vegas Born. Got me some Vegas Born. Vegas Local Golden Knights. I can't remember the name of this one. They're all on the website. This one is not available anymore. I just really, 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 really like it. So, come on, Switch. I hate you. And then I have this one, which is not available anymore, but I have one very close to it. What else do I got? I got me some weird leopard stuff. And I got solid blue. Like, look. I got masks. This is my point. VegasFaceMask.com if you like any of those. Pretty much everything I just showed you is still available. But I wear the mask. They're breathable. Not a big deal. I have Dodgers. We have Dodgers on the site as well. I too have a bit of asthma. It only happens if I run for too long. Yeah, no, it's just in the morning I get it. I get congestion in my chest, you know. The problem with the words is called getting old. Not really, Mo Rod. I love you, bro. You're my man for being in my chats tonight, but see what Mo did? Mo Rod's smart because he took, so the way he knows what YouTube's up to, right? if he makes a username called MoRod, it's only going to put an M. So what he did was he went in and he just made a JPEG and put the word Mo and put that as his icon. And if you guys do have your YouTube account, you should really like put some kind of channel, like some kind of image up there so I can identify you. No, Mo, it's not. I've been talking professionally for my whole entire life. One of my first jobs ever was selling newspaper subscriptions to the Calgary Sun door to door. I don't have a problem finding my words. I can think of them in my head. See, it comes from this part, the prefrontal cortex and all that stuff. And then it doesn't get out my mouth. My mouth doesn't vocalize it. And I've never had that problem before in my whole life. And it's very strange. I just want to say I like watching your videos. Thanks for making good videos. Thank you, Renofo S. What up, Big Tracy Cody? Music Man is here. If you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe to this channel. That would be good. Steven, thanks for the respite from all the craziness. Argus Sellers in Australia says, thank you so much. Let's see here. While the vaccine messed with my memories. No, my memory. Just my ability to formulate words and do it on the fly. And, you know, yeah. And my work. Whatever. Tracy Cody. I already said, what up, Big Tracy Cody? I love the Staywell rooms at Park MGM because of the HEPA air purifier that cleans the rooms. They have Staywell rooms at another property, too, that I was in. Caesars. Caesars has a selection of Staywell rooms. It's a brand that they put forth. And Park MGM is MGM Resorts International, so they do have Staywell rooms there, too. So thanks for the respite. I got you. Let's see here. What did the doctor say? About what, Music Man? About what? Doctors say there ain't no side effects. And that's the official stance, I guess, you know. A doctor did tell me, though, that it's, you know, the COVID vaccines will only be effective if they mount a learned immune response in your body. Which, you know, he was a doctor. He was a neurosurgeon. So there you go. Get an MRI to test for mod stroke. Thanks. I'll think of that tomorrow when I'm lifting heavy weights for an hour. My symptoms, yeah, I didn't consult with a doctor on that, man. Let's see. Sorry to hear. Okay, well, they call that aphasia. Okay. Your asthma flared back up after your shot. Yeah, I mean, I was having it constantly. Like I say, it's normal for me to wake up in the morning, especially during cooler weather, but this was in April. And during cooler weather, you know, your bronchial tubes, they get a little bit restricted, and you know, in a normal person that doesn't have asthma, they don't have that reaction where they restrict. So you just breathe freely. But I was having the problem all day long, and I still have, oh my gosh. I posted on Twitter today. I have a Twitter called Not Leaving LV. You guys want to see my Twitter account? Somebody just liked one of my things. So we can go to Twitter, twitter.com/notleavinglv. And you can see I've been actually pretty active on Twitter. Oh, no, not leaving LV. I ain't leaving LV. What are you talking about? There's a G in there, dummy. All right, so this is my Twitter account here. So I'm pretty lucky. I mean, I managed to get 907 followers. It was actually 750 the other day, and then I talked to you guys about it. And I like to post stuff up here that's like news related, you know. And I'm kind of a snarky, sarcastic person. So, you know, Pfizer's COVID vaccine generated $7.8 billion in second quarter revenue. And I say, and you know who paid for it? It was not anyone you know. Good old Uncle Sammy. Spoiler, it really was you and I. We paid for it through tax dollars. But anyways, and we're talking about where the Oakland A's might play. They might be at this festival grounds. My opinion is don't put a baseball stadium here. It's a terrible idea. There's going to be too much traffic 81 times a year. And not enough access to infrastructure. But this is the kind of stuff. And I post videos in here and stuff. And you know, and the local discounts. I mean, look, this is a weird chart. This is a weird chart. Now, look, here's a case tracker. We're in the yellow, which means we're in the 20% increase over a 14-day. But what's strange about it is that I posted more than one image. What the hell? I thought I did. So, yeah, no, that was just the one image. So, if we're in this yellow right here, then why is it like so like hyperbole over what's happening at the casinos? This is interesting down here. These are the lowest states with the lowest vaccination numbers, but we're sitting here, we're okay. So I question stuff like that. And also, if you put taco seasoning on potatoes, you can make really good roasted potatoes in just a jiff. Taco seasoning and some olive oil. You know, whatever. You know, largest manufacturer of PCR tests. if you guys like Twitter. If you don't like Twitter, I totally get it. I thought it was a cesspool of garbage, but then I realized that if I just cater my Twitter stream to stuff that I like, then I'll see lots of Vegas updates and news updates that are working for me, and I can avoid all of the toxicity of Twitter. Although this is interesting. People attack me on Twitter pretty hardcore. I just block them. People go on Twitter, they act like a different person altogether. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's called Not Leaving LV. That's my Twitter account, and I appreciate a follow. Thank you so much. What's your favorite restaurant in Las Vegas? We like a place called Fa Saigon 8. It's on Spring Mountain Road. The food is fan-frickin-tastic. There's a couple of them that you guys, will see in town. It's like a chain. There might even be ones in California. But this is our place that we go to. Not on see, look how many there are. Silverado. This is the one that we go to, though. And it's the pho noodle, so it's really affordable. And the food is frickin' fantastic. We just get the noodle soup though. This is not noodle soup. Let's see if they have it. That's what that is. So you get like a number 12 or a number 14 and you ask for the meat on the side, and the soup broth is so incredibly hot that you put it in there and it'll cook to whatever doneness you would like it. And I've actually run into people from the channel here. They're like, oh, Not Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah, that's cool. And it's like, we go there a lot, like maybe once a week. So it's actually a pretty cool place. And it's really affordable, too. I think that bowl of soup right there costs like $11, and it'll fill you the heck up. There's rice noodles underneath it. And the way you're supposed to make this is you're supposed to break a couple of mint pieces off, put some jalapeno in there, a couple of these little spring, what do they call these things? The, I don't know what those are, the little spring something or other. See, I can't think of my words. And then you put some... chili oil in there, and you put some sriracha in there, and you got yourself a tasty dish, my friends. Beef noodle soup is better. Well, that is beef noodle soup, so I don't know. Okay, I don't like pho. The noodles add nothing. Well, I don't even eat the noodles. But, rice noodles are better than, flour noodles because there's no wheat gluten in there, which most people are a little bit intolerant to. Let's see here. AE is a place in Houston. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's really good, Nick Q. It's good stuff. Nice to see you back in the chats, Nick Q. I'm glad you're here with us. Spring onions. No, not spring onions. What the hell are they called? The little white, tiny little things. They're really crispy and they're good. Taiwanese beef noodle. Okay. Ooh, man, I heard Vegas is one of the hot spots, right? Damn, is my September visit in jeopardy? Well, we talked about it, Tammy, on the channel. We can look at some stats for Las Vegas right now. And if you guys want to see those, the site I use is the NevadaIndependent.com. I'm going to have to change this because the charts don't work if it's in too big of a mode. And you can see all of the different updates here. And it's pretty bad today. 1,300 people, new cases. This is for the whole state of Nevada, plus 12. And they're all coming from Clark County, honestly. I mean, 1,300 for the state and 1,059 here. And, you just take a look. What's interesting, and I'm watching on this chart more than anything. Well, first of all, ain't nobody, there's like, oh yeah, there's a big spike and people are rushing to get vaccinated. Well, today there was a lot of vaccinations, but the 7-day moving trend is just not going up. Here's your cases. Oh, Katie bar the door. But what's interesting about this chart is this. I showed you this before. So in June 21st, just a month and 5 days ago, you can see our Delta strain. You can see our Alpha. This is the very first version of COVID that we ever identified, right? You have these little funky ones that come from places like South America and I think Germany. And then you see our other, but then you see the Delta. Where's the Delta at? Oh, wait, there's Delta there. So Delta increases to 46% of all cases. Now it's 59. 7 days later, it's 68. 7 days later, it's 73. 7 days later, son of a gun, it's 83.63% of all the cases. Where's your Alpha at? 3.1%. 40%, 41% to 3% of all cases. This one is vanishing off the planet. This one is the new one. And we have to look at these ones because the others, I don't even know. Like, what is other? That sounds scary. And then we go down to hospitalizations. This is the real kicker. This is up a lot. We can't get to this point here. See, I suspect if we get to this point here, if we break even this point here, I think we're going to get to a point where they do start to peel back occupancy levels in the hotels, and we have problems with that kind of stuff. That'll be the first step. Make it 50% occupancy or 75% occupancy, right? 75%, you could probably support the shows. 50%, you certainly can't. And the shows will shut down again. And then we have our patients on ventilators. This drops. This is a bad data point. Sometimes they don't report the data. And then we have our deaths. And those are up. And you might say it's only, 26. And you might say, well, what's a COVID death? They count them differently. But that's bad. And the tests are considerably up too. So, this is not where we need to be. That's all I'm saying to you guys. In order to have our lives back, we do not need this. This is a bad thing. So anyways, that's your stats. So how's it going for September? I don't know. It's too far away. It can change within the course of a week. Johnny Requeer says it's a scam virus. Well, I know people that have been seriously hurt by it. I have personal friends that ended up in the hospital because of it. They were otherwise healthy, it seemed. So there's that. So I can't say it's a scam. I can say it's a thing. And, wait, is it true all visitors have to wear masks now? They have to do that to get the numbers down. That's true, Nancy. Everybody's got to be wearing a mask inside, no matter what business it is. So tomorrow when I'm in the gym, I'm going to be wearing a mask. Oh, I forgot to show you this one. This is actually my favorite ever mask. My favorite one. This is the old school Vegas Nostalgia. And it is awesome. It says Las Vegas Club on it. See how Caroline makes them when she seams them in the middle? You don't lose the pattern there. Golden slot. And some of them say Sahara, depending on the mask. And that's actually one of my favorites. But anyways, probably wear that tomorrow at the gym. CDC said no more PCR because it doesn't distinguish between COVID-19 and the flu. That's why only 600. AE is half right. CDC said that as of December 31st, they are going to be... so here's the deal. PCR testing was not meant for a diagnosis, but it's the only way that we can get... Do you guys want to hear this? Is this boring to you? Say, yes, I want to hear it, or no for this is boring. Shut up. Let me know. I'll wait for you. 600 likes. Thank you guys, by the way. That's good. So we got no, yes, okay. Yeah. One person said yes. I need a few more of you guys. I'll explain. All right. The top vlogger says yes. If it was so dangerous, then why did the Mexican border open wide open? That's a Mexico thing, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Americans can still travel. Mexico opened their borders up. Canada didn't until August 9th. PCR tests are done. So what they do is they take a little bit of DNA that they can find. And in this case, they're looking for a DNA that looks like COVID-19. The problem is that COVID-19 looks a lot like other viruses, too. It's a coronavirus because it's shaped like a crown under a microscope. So they look for a little piece of DNA, and then they might do cycles to amplify it and make it bigger and make it more enhanced and make it more enhanced. Think of it like when you're watching a TV show, and they go, oh, we can't see the license plate. Zoom in and enhance. And then the computer makes a stupid computer noise because computers don't make the noises. It goes... and then it enhances it. So they cycle it. The more they cycle it, the more they can pick up other material from other types of coronaviruses. And so the PCR test that's been used can false positive a lot to flu viruses. Okay, so December 31st, the CDC announced that because PCR tests were never used to diagnose things before, they actually have an emergency use measure, just like the vaccines, for PCR tests, a specific type of test that's mandated as the standard. They said on December 31st, they're no longer allowing those tests to be run in labs. They are recommending that labs go ahead and find another test that can differentiate between the flu and between the actual COVID-19 virus. So the PCR tests aren't canceled per se, and I posted this up on Twitter. If you're following me, not leaving LV on Twitter, you would have seen me posting this and explaining it a couple of days back. They're not canceled per se, but they are looking for a test that can differentiate between the two and telling labs to use that one. So, salute on that. But AE is correct in the sense that if you are not looking for something, you will never find it. If you misplace something, you're looking really hard for it. We looked really hard for COVID for a long time. And since we could identify COVID, but it might have been the common cold, the flu, then that's a major problem. And that means that Who knows how many people were diagnosed, and they were told to stay at home. They shut down their entire household, and they sheltered in place for 2 weeks. It's a tragedy on a human scale that I can't even imagine. Okay, let's see. Steven, did you see the interview with the creator of the PCR test that says they shouldn't be? Yeah, that's a loaded question that I can't go into for YouTube reasons. Steven, you should have a Rumble account. No, I shouldn't. Nobody wants to hear my true opinion on things. All right, you guys have been great for 2 hours and 14 minutes, and the comments are kind of waxing and waning here. We'll try to keep it going. Steven's live feeds have helped me stay sane and being able to chat and talk to other people on here. I'm happy for that. And then this is the part where you guys get mad at me and say, you're censoring. I'm self-censoring, and I'm doing it because I value my YouTube channel. It's been a big benefit to keeping me sane, and I don't want to go against their rules. When you go to somebody's house and they say, hey, I'd appreciate it if you don't watch porn on my couch in front of my kids, then you live by their rules, and that's just the rules. And I don't have the infrastructure to create a YouTube-like site that can give me exposure to tens of thousands of people every time I do a video that don't even know I exist. So we'll play by the rules. Xi Jinping should be on... whoa, we don't want to say that. Oh, I almost said something horrible. Oh my God. Oh, that would have been bad to say out loud because YouTube knows what I'm saying. Okay. Love your videos. Keep me informed. Thank you, Damsk 2005. Thomas Pang says, hey, Steven, any nightclubs still open? Yes, I imagine they are. And I imagine it's really awkward. Have you heard of Rumble? I just mentioned it for sure. Yeah, Rumble is it's a video network largely with conservative people on it talking about things that are very, very extreme in some cases to me. Some of them are not extreme. Some of them are founded in a lot of logic and backupable research. But there's a lot of people saying a lot of crazy things out there. And Rumble enables them to have their freedom of speech, which everybody should be able to have, no matter how wild and kooky you think that they are. Let's see here. Oh, are you going to walk through the casinos? I like to walk through the casinos, Rooch. You know, since you're watching this, I should tell you, I actually had a great conversation with the head of PR for Caesars Entertainment, and they're going to be doing some things with me. So if you're watching this and you want to see a Caesars property, email me tonight, stevenj@notleavinglasvegas.com. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the Rio. I have access to the property through them. They asked me to have an ongoing relationship with them, which was very nice. They were in response to the video where the security guard gave me a very hard time, and they were very cool about it, and they explained the rules, and they said they'd like to work with me. So if you have anything about the Rio you want to see or any other properties, Rio would be good because I'm supposed to go in there and film stuff. I might even have a room stay. Somebody on YouTube said that they had a gross experience at the Rio, and I thought we would revisit something like that. Maybe it's not gross anymore. Maybe it's just that one room that one time, and we can give them a fair shake. But if you want to see anything at the Rio or any other Caesars property, or you have an idea, email me. The email is on the bottom of the screen right there. Fun, right? That was good. Okay. Let's see here. Do you think LV will be going back to lockdown? Tammy, the minute that the administration in the office in the White House right now says lockdowns, probably. Probably. However, I have some information on what the casinos are planning on doing, and I'll talk about that in a video next week. Let's see here. Yeah, the Rio doesn't get as much love as they want it to. So send me an email if you have an idea of something you want to see at the Rio that you've always been curious about, and we will talk about doing that on camera. Now, let's see. I know someone who is anti-mask, anti-vaccine type, and now his wife, and baby are now sick of COVID. Yes, that's unfortunate. It doesn't discern what a person's opinion is. It just gets you. Let's see. Do you like Sam's Town at all? Do you think they will tear down that? No. Sam's Town prints money. It's a locals hotel located on Boulder Highway. But years ago when their buffet was open, they used to have a really good crab's legs buffet. It was really, really like, it was not what you see on the strip now. They give you a big Bud Light bucket. You know, you put your crab's legs and crack them and put the shells in there. And so I don't eat shellfish, but Caroline does. And it was good. It's a good buffet. Good pizza. Will casino hotel capacity limits come back? Well, so yeah, we just talked about that Leg Show magazine. We just talked about if we get up to a certain amount of hospital capacity, I think they are coming back. I can't do videos like that all day long because people get burnt out of it, and it's just I could go as negative as possible and just be hammering at it over and over again and get a bunch of views, but then people get used to you talking about the negative stuff, and then when you do say something positive, they're like, hey, this is not what I came in for, that kind of thing, you know? I had COVID, I think in 2019 after Disneyland Christmas party. It was bad, but hey, you lived. That's good. I'm glad you're here with us. Most people getting COVID have been double vaccinated. Not true, but a lot of them are. JW, that's the case, yeah. Not true that most people are. The vast majority of people in hospitals have not been vaccinated, but that's their choice. Doku says, my bladder must be made of steel. Since I quit caffeine a year ago, I'm very lucky to be able to drink a lot of fluids and have good bladder control. I used to have to go to the bathroom every time we stopped somewhere. Caroline would stop with me and I would go to the bathroom. You just went. We were just at that other place. I know, I gotta go to the bathroom. It sucks, trust me. Sam's Town no longer have crab's legs. They do not. The casinos don't really have crab's legs. It's got very expensive globally to get seafood. A lot of them now don't even have oysters, and that sucks. Do you think, let's see here. Steven, just curious, what temperature do you set your AC at home? Right now, this room is 71 degrees inside, but I do have a small fan pointing at me from underneath. So you can't see that. But, I mean, this home we live in is a rented home. It doesn't have central AC, so we have in-room ACs. And, you know, it's, I like it as cold as I can get it in most cases. But at night, I got to be careful because it gets down to like 62 in here. I snore, so a lot of the times, and Caroline stays up all night making masks. Quite frankly, she's a night owl. Most uber creative people stay up all night. That's a trait of super smart creative people. I don't. What does that say about me? So sometimes I'll actually sleep in this room where I am right now, and just so I can, you know, I got that's really cool Japanese mat, and I sleep on it, and that was my choice. Like, you know, I snore really bad, and she wants me in there, and I'm like, it's disrupting you. You're working. Do your thing. I want to be with you, you know, but it's better not to. People with a vax can still get it, and the ones without it end up in the hospital. Yeah, statistically speaking, I think what's happening is this. It was the messaging that's broken. The messaging for this whole thing is busted to no end. Okay, I'm going to show you something, okay? Do you guys want to see this? You want to see why I think we're all so mad right now? Say yes in the chat if you want to see why we are all so angry right now. And I'll show you a few things. And I'll talk about this. It's going to take about 5 minutes to explain to you. We'll just call this a video. But say yes. It doesn't matter if you say yes because I'm going to show you. Okay, Nintendo Wii sales statistics. Okay, so the Nintendo Wii sold 101.64 million units across the world. Okay, well, let's type in the successor to the Nintendo Wii. It's called the Wii U. If you're not a gamer, it doesn't matter. The Wii U came out right after and only sold 13.56 million. Why? Why? Well, it's not difficult to understand something about this, okay? It's all in the messaging, right? If you looked at a Nintendo Wii and somebody said, you take this wand right here and you wave it at your TV and the tennis player swings his tennis racket. Cool, I get it. I understand what that is. Everybody got it. Then the next thing comes out and you say, this is your controller. And people are like, well, what is that? Is that an add-on? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so look, it's in the messaging, okay? I'm going to prove you one more point, okay? Back in the day, Sega came out with this thing. It was called the Mega Drive in the UK. It was called the Genesis in North American markets. And then they went a little bit crazy. Sega came out with this, and at the same time, they had this thing called the Sega CD at the same time on the shelf. And that's an add-on. And then they made this thing called the 32X. And now you had this monstrosity of ridiculousness. Look at that. That's the stupidest looking thing I've ever seen, right? People didn't know what the hell this was. What is this? And you went into the Toys R Us. You're going to buy a game for your kids or your grandkids. You want to buy them a video game system. And then you had a Nintendo. And they had two things. They had this thing right here, a Super Nintendo, and a Game Boy. The messaging, okay? One more example of all this, okay? It comes from the Steve Jobs biography. Russell Adams, do you have problems with your prostate as far as... No, my prostate's dead on, Russell Adams. I got the PSA. My prostate-specific antigen was good. I'm good. No, it's not prostate stuff. It went away after I stopped drinking caffeine. When Steve Jobs came back to Apple in the 90s, he drew a square on the whiteboard and he drew lines through it, and there was 4 different squares inside of one square, and he said professional laptop, professional desktop, consumer laptop, consumer desktop. He said every product we have now is canceled except for these 4 things, because the messaging, you have to have clear messaging. So what was the messaging behind the vaccine? You get this thing, you don't have to wear masks, so you can't get COVID. That's what people thought. And if they had told people, you get this thing, there's a 90% chance you would end up in the hospital, and it's a COVID shot like a flu shot, people wouldn't be so mad right now. They'd be rolling with it. But the messaging was very unclear as to what they were actually getting, and a lot of people have buyer's remorse. There's a famous actor, he's on TikTok today, I can't remember his name, Michael Madsen, I think. He's pissed off. He's like, oh, now you're telling me I'm a super spreader. He was one of those guys that was really pushing and being insulting to people who wouldn't get a vaccine. But everybody has a choice. That's all I can tell you. So we have no crab's legs. What am I paying for? Well, Joe, you want to always call up the buffet. If you can't get to the buffet directly, call the hotel and ask them what do they have at the buffet. They'll tell you. The menu is set. Most of them have crab's legs. When you're paying $75 at the Caesars, you better have crab's legs, right? But some of them don't. And that's the issue. And that's what you don't like. Oh, man. Let's see here. Michael Rappaport. Oh, I said Michael Madsen. You're right, Johnny. It's Michael Rappaport. Rappaport or Rappaport? I don't know, man. Does he have good rapport? That's all that matters. Video games are obsolete while still on the drawing board. I don't know what that means, but okay. Sega Saturn rocked and was underrated. It was silver pill, but the problem with the Sega Saturn was they built a game console that showed 2D images really well, and then Sony came out with a PlayStation that did 3D images really well, and so the Sega Saturn was very hard to program 3D graphics for. It used a lot of weird math. So game developers didn't like to program for it. There was no software. Steve Jobs is rolling in his grave with Tim Cook at the helm. Oh, man. I love me and my Apple products. Let's see here. ColecoVision. There you go. Let's see here. My God, I've been watching this guy drink so much all night. He must have huge blanks to store all that water. Pee is stored in the blanks. I saw that meme. Let's see here. My God, I've been watching this guy. You said it again. I love your name. Something Wong. It's a punchline to a joke that you don't want to say because it's kind of racist. It gets really cold in Canada. I have family in Canada. I haven't been there since the coronavirus started. Ruth, I'm from Canada. I've been in minus 50-degree weather where the wind chill is so bad that it said that it would basically go outside, you might die. Like, your skin will freeze in less than 60 seconds. And I meet people here and they say, well, man, I'd take the cold over the heat. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Well, what do you mean? I'm like, no. Listen, let's say a freak thing happened and you got locked out of your car in the middle of a field somewhere, and you got water to drink in your hand. You're in the middle of a field. You're in Canada. Your water is going to freeze in about an hour. You can't drink your water anymore, and eventually your body's going to get so cold that it's going to restrict the blood to all of your extremities, so your heart is protected, because that's what happens. Your blood drains from your brain will stay hot, your heart will stay hot, but every other part of you stays cold, and you could die. Or you're in Nevada. You get locked out of your car, middle of a desert somewhere, and you can take your clothes off. You're going to get a really bad sunburn. You might get heat exhaustion and a lot. You could die, right? But your water is going to stay liquid, and you got a lot better chance of survival in the heat than you do in the cold. And so that's where that's at for me, but I could be wrong. I've been in that cold. Mo Rod, Sin City Family came up on my feed. Those foos are hilarious. I met them a few times. They seem nice. Let's see here. Can I use a drone on the strip? No, you cannot. Don't even try it, man. You can always get FAA approval. But a few years ago, the county worked to outlaw drones everywhere in Vegas except for one little park on the east side of town where you can fly them legitimately. Now, there is one guy that he focuses primarily on Facebook. I can't recall his name. He does video. He went through all the hoops, and he got proper Federal Aviation Authority clearance to fly his drone over the Bellagio. And so he flew his drone over the Bellagio as he had a permit from the federal government to do. Then he put his drone away, went into the Bellagio to get to his car, went to the bathroom. When he came out of the men's room, there was the head of security for Bellagio and 2 very large guards. And they said, sir, we're going to have to 86 you out of the property. And he said, why? He said, you flew a drone over our property. He says, I have proper clearance to fly a drone. Here's my paperwork, sir. I have done all the right things. And they said, that's fine. You got permission from the federal government, but we choose not to have you here for any reason we want. And we don't like you flying a drone over our property. So I've heard rumors that there are beacons on the top of buildings in Las Vegas to indicate when drones are near. I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense in a way. I mean, when you consider what people do in hotel rooms and what you consider the privacy level they want, and in the modern day hotel in Vegas, you have large windows. In the case of the Cosmopolitan, you have massive 10-foot long, 20-foot long, sometimes even longer on the penthouse suite, large windows that can be opened. So I wouldn't want to be in that room when you had somebody flying a drone that is in 4K and it can get a real life look inside. And you can even put things like infrared filters on drone cameras and see through things. Infrared light is everywhere. Our eyes don't see it, but if you put a filter on your camera, it's going to pick up only the infrared coming off of objects. Yeah, be careful with that. Okay. Have you ever played with the Oculus by Facebook? I've always wanted to get into I almost said augmented reality. I always wanted to get into virtual reality stuff, but it's an expensive habit, and I use a Mac, so that's out of the question. You need a Windows PC for that. I did buy a Samsung, whatever it is, the VR years ago when I had a Samsung setup, and I tried it, and it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. I ended up returning it to the store. Said, I'm not spending $300 on this. I didn't have the money at the time. Carolina was in the Philippines. I'm like, I'm bored out of my mind, and nothing was really elegant. Somebody needs to make a really elegant, awesome version of virtual reality that consumers can get into. I know that there's a couple. There's one that you don't need a PC for. You're going to tell me that next. I don't know, man. It's an expensive habit. If somebody sent it to me, I'd be like, this is amazing. I'll try it out. Maybe I'd fall in love with it, but I can't justify buying it for myself. That's more for like the heavy hitters. I knew a guy went into real estate, started closing like 5 homes a month, big homes, and he had too much money to spend on stuff. So he's like, Steven, you know all about computers. What kind of computer do I need for the best VR? I'm like, it's going to cost you like $5,000. Doesn't matter. Okay, if that's the case. Let's see here. Have I played the CDI? No, I always wanted to play with one back in the day, Justin. Philips had this video game. It wasn't a video game console. It was called the CDI. CDs came out, and CDs have a standard on them. So when you put them in a CD player, it's audio. The CD player knows it's audio, and it plays audio files. Or the computer on your CD-ROM on your computer knows it's a CD-ROM, and it reads files like a computer drive disk. So CDI was a Philips standard, and they were making mainly educational software and things to play on your TV, interactive stuff. But, Nintendo had a deal with it's boring. But that Super Nintendo I showed you right here, long story short is, there was this thing here called the Sony Super Nintendo, we'll just call it that. So they had actually gotten together. I remember reading this when I was a kid in Nintendo Power magazine. That was what it was going to look like. And Sony and Nintendo had come up with a partnership. Nintendo would make the video game, and Sony down below would provide the mechanics for CD games. And Nintendo didn't like the licensing deal. They were also working Nintendo behind the scenes with Philips, which is a Dutch company. And right before the big CES show in Las Vegas, I believe it was, Nintendo backstabbed Sony and said, if we're going to make all of the games and you're going to make a profit off of every cartridge we sell, we're not doing this deal. We need to make our money off software. So they pulled out, and they ventured in with Philips, which was that Dutch company, and it was disastrous. And Sony got so mad because a Japanese company backstabbed another Japanese company and went with a Danish company that they said, we're going to make something called the PlayStation. Take it, Nintendo, whatever way you will. And Nintendo basically killed themselves. They have never been the same ever since. Sony won and won and won and won again. And that's how the PlayStation was developed, by the way. It's a true story, everything I just told you. Anyways, the thing is bigger than my office printer. It wasn't as big as you think. The original Super Nintendo wasn't that big, but yeah. Cosmo has a lot of interesting stuff happening on the balcony in the jacuzzi tub. Oh, you know it, eh? That's why we don't want drones up there, I guess, So let's hear. Sega Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast. I bought it when it was really cheap. Dreamcast came out. It sold a lot, but then at the time, Sega made a video game console. We're not even talking about Vegas anymore. Is this boring? Some of you will say yes. Something Wong, if you want good VR blank, just go to the hub. I don't do that stuff anymore, Something Wong. I quit that too. So I'm not going to display the message, but yeah. Long story short, Sega used to make video games. They made something called the PlayStation. So Sony went to Sega, and Sega of America said yes. What? Dan Thompson. So Sony went to Sega, and Sega of America said yes. But Sega of Japan said no, so Sony went on its own. No, Dan, I don't think that's part of the story. Sony was making the audio chips for the Super Nintendo, and there was one engineer there that took upon the entire PlayStation project. No, Sega was always doing their own stuff. Sega was working with an American company called 3D FX, trying to put that into their Dreamcast hardware, and the American version didn't agree with the Japanese version, and the Japanese version wanted to use Hitachi. This is all boring to everybody, I know. They went with Hitachi, and they were sued by the American company. It was a big mess. Sega did everything wrong. Before they knew it, Sega was like, oh, there's a PlayStation 2 coming out, and then they failed really hard because people wanted a PlayStation 2, not a Sega Dreamcast. Anyways, doesn't matter. Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas on Super Nintendo was great. Yeah, there was a lot of games like that. Like, you know how ingrained Sega was? There was a game called Street Fighter, and there's illusion. The Vegas is appearing in this game, Street Fighter 2 Vegas, Las Vegas. I mean, this is like in 1991, 1992. Look at this one here. This is the stage right here. Look, Golden Nugget, Nin Hall. I can't say Gambling Hall back in that day because you couldn't put that in a video game, but there it is. It's frickin' Fremont Street, guys. In this old video game, you had Fremont Street. There it is. I mean, I had never even been to Vegas before. I knew it existed, but all these kids were playing that kind of stuff, and I think it's actually this one. Yeah, this might. No, that's from a newer version of the game, but it existed all the way back then, you know? So I just think there's so much lore and so much history and so much built into Vegas that it's never really going to die. You can throw as much as you possibly can behind it, but I'll look it up, Dan. I appreciate that. I always love learning new stuff. I've watched a gazillion different YouTube videos on all this stuff, but I'll have to look into that, Dan. Kudos to you. My hat's off, although I haven't been wearing a hat this entire live stream. Let's see here. Crazy Taxi 3. Crazy Taxi. Welcome to Las Vegas, everybody. You play Call of Duty. I don't play any... Well, it's not true. I lied to you so much. Oh, I'm a terrible liar. Here's what's on my Switch right now. So if you guys look at the home screen of my Switch, you can see Zelda, Super Nintendo, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Spyro the Dragon, Puyo Puyo Texas, BioShock. I'm pretty pissed off right now. I'm going to be honest with you, Dead Cells. I'm pretty mad because I can't find my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild cartridge, and I want to play the game, and I didn't download it digitally. So I'm pretty mad at myself because I can't play Breath of the Wild. So, you know, whatever. I'm not paying $60 again for it, but I can't play it, so... That was stupid of me. It's in storage somewhere. I don't know where it went. Maybe it got stolen. I have no clue. Anyways, do you still play Microsoft Flight Sim? No, because I don't have a Windows set up. But Microsoft, I do have their streaming Game Pass, and it's supposed to work. And it's supposed to be coming there. So, but I don't have time for sit-down Flight Sim games. I play 10, 15, 20 minutes of Zelda once in a while. Did prices go up on hotels again? I don't see what prices on hotels are. Do you guys want to look at hotel prices while we're on this stream? We'll go look at hotel prices. So let's go to my favorite, which is Kayak, because I think Kayak actually includes the resort fees in these things. And we don't want a car. We just want a hotel, a stay. So we got, I don't know, Las Vegas. And let's check in next weekend. And let's check out on Saturday. We'll check out on Sunday. And let's see what that looks like next weekend. An error occurred. What? There it is. Okay. There you go. So, I mean, $200 for Trump, Nomad 184, Venetian 286. These are actually kind of like pre-COVID pricings, honestly. It's that much. But let's just adjust our dates a little bit. Let's go to midweek check-in and for the same 2 nights. So we're just going to go back 3 days. Yeah. $79 at Trump International. Treasure Island is $26. That's your time to come if you want to save some money, honestly. I mean, you can get the D downtown for $30 now. That's a good price for a hotel. Now, there is some question about what the hotels are like during the Raiders games. So I think the first game is the preseason. Those don't matter. Those don't matter. Oh my God. You gotta be flipping kidding me. I didn't even know. Well, that's at San Francisco. I'm an idiot. Okay. That one is not here. They don't play each other often if you're not a sports fan or if you're watching from outside the United States. These are in 2 separate conferences. So this doesn't happen often, even though it's preseason. But anyways, here's the first game, September 13th. Let's go back here and let's see what that's like. So September 12th, and we're going to check it on the 14th. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay. So remember how Treasure Island was $29? It's $223, and it's nowhere near that Allegiant Stadium. $400. Oh. Well, let's get closer. $366. Whoa, man. Golden Nugget, downtown, $136. But we got to get down to like. Can we search for specific hotels, please? How do I do that? I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Let's search for Mandalay Bay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is 5-minute walk from Allegiant, where they're going to play that game. $578. You are out of your mind if you are spending that much money on the Mandalay Bay. That is a New Year's Eve price for Mandalay Bay. Oh, man. Something wrong. I don't watch pornography. Hey, I'll just say it. So you made that comment, and I didn't want to approve it. And I love you for watching. So if there's any controversy right now over what you said, there isn't. I just don't watch that stuff. It's bad for your brain. And I recommend everybody look into how neuroscience works. So, yeah, $579 freaking dollars. Look up September 24th to the 25th. Okay, let's look up that date. What's happening on the 25th? Let's see what's happening on that weekend for 2-room nights. And that one is $423 for the Mandalay Bay. So it's, it's getting there. I mean, the inaugural game where they're going to have people in the stands, allegedly, depending on the COVID situation, who knows what's going to happen. That's a pretty high dollar weekend to come into Las Vegas, it looks like. So that's your question there. Oops, what am I doing? I need to go back here for half a second. Yeah. So, yeah, what is $6,000 though? That's what I wanted to look at. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Okay. Now we're getting into it. Why is the Desert Rose Resort $1,300? That's a timeshare. It is near Allegiant, but it's not as close as the Mandalay Bay is. And can we sort this, please, by nightly base price plus taxes and fees, total stay? So, yeah, that's expensive, man. Whoa, what? There's one for $12,000? Okay, this I gotta see. There you go. 5-star New Year's 2-bedroom on the Strip. What the H? Best location on the Strip. Polo Towers. 900 square foot. 900? No way. That's very small, by the way. On the heart of the Strip, between MGM Hotel and Miracle Mile and across from the Aria. It's the Polo Towers, folks. Well, what somebody's trying to do here, yeah, VRBO, they're trying to basically give it for 2 nights. They're trying to pay off their entire timeshare this way. Please, if you buy this thing, can I borrow about 10 grand from you because you have money to waste on things? I'm not paying you back. That's insanity. There you go. I'm not canceling my September reservations. Good on you. Good on you. But that wasn't for New Year's. That was just the price of that room. Somebody wants to sell you that room for $12,780. Does the stream realize hotel is a bigger profit stream than the gambling? Tim, you might be right on that, Tim. I mean, the thing about these hotels is that they are built, they are paid for, but they are borrowed against on an endless basis. I mean, these hotels, they don't spend their own money. I'm gonna go and reach back here for half a sec. They don't spend their own money on stuff. They always borrow money from Wall Street and things like this. Look at this. This is kind of cool. Somebody sent me a Garbage Pail Kid. Isn't that neat? And the remote comes out of his hand. I didn't even know they were making these again, so there's another 80s kid type of thing. And, yeah, that little guy stays up here. Even as the old school box the Garbage Pail Kids came in. Guard your ears, everybody. I've started drinking Bud Light. No, it's just Diet 7-Up. Steve, can I ask why you're not on the strip tonight, Tammy Lynn? Good question. What I'm doing is I'm minimizing my need to endlessly roam around in a sea of potential COVID germs. RMX Indiana for the Juice Bowl. Thank you, RMX. I'm minimizing my time on the strip. Guys, thank RMX 538 times because I've seen the strip and you will see it tomorrow. And because I have a sponsor on the channel who's paying me in Ethereum, which is nice, and for the next month. And I want to be healthy so I can do videos for that sponsor, and they're going to be a sponsored spot. It's actually a Philippine magazine. I'll show you the sponsor right now. Panay Magazine. Caroline has vetted this, just so you know. Instagram. It's a sponsor that I have. Watch, it's going to tell me I need to log into Instagram, isn't it? No, it doesn't. So these guys here, they bought the entire wall at Resorts World. No, now it tells me. So that's a video. But they bought the entire wall at Resorts World. And, a lot of women watch the thing, and a lot of people that have Filipinos in their life, I was like, I'm not asking why, but they do like fashion models. So guys, you're going to like it too. And I'm going to be down there tomorrow to film that wall. And they bought the channel sponsorship spot for a month, and that was very helpful, and I'm very grateful to God for that, NFL draft April 28th. Ooh, be real. We got to look up that one. Let me see what April 28th. Do they even book out as far as April next year? December, January, February, March, April. Okay. April 28th is not available at all. You can't outbook a room, I don't think. Let's try it till the 30th and see what we can find anyways. And survey says, well, that's not expensive. Wait a minute. What a tick. Well, that's, what? See, that's another timeshare. Two matching hotels found. Well, I was looking for Mandalay Bay, so let's just look for Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's find that one this way. Well, maybe the prices have come down. I don't know what to tell you, because you can book the Vidara for $388, the Venetian for $388. I do believe you saw that price. It might have just been like a particular place that you looked in, and I really am not sure how to sort this. You think sort by would be an option, but it doesn't look like it's an option, unfortunately. I'd like to see what the most expensive room is, but it's not, because this is a price website basically. So not terrible, but I imagine towards the event it's going to get a lot more dicey. Vegas to Toronto. Oh my God, we got to look at this guy's channel right now, because is my friend, his name is Ray. Vegas to Toronto. You want to take a guess where Vegas to Toronto lives? It's so weird. He lives in he lives in Gatineau, Quebec. No, I'm just kidding. So he has 26 subscribers. Guys, go check out my friend Ray. Subscribe to his channel, because I've watched his live streams on Facebook, and he's very talented at carrying a crowd and talking, and he's, in a sense, he's a lot like me, but he talks like more Canadian style. ETH would be Ethereum. That's correct. It's Ethereum. I have an Ethereum wallet and stuff like that. But he's going to do streams. So, I mean, look, these are just his, beta tests, I'm sure. But go check him out. Vegas to Toronto. You can type him right into the search bar. It'll bring him up. Ray, I'm going to have to get with you and explain the importance of your channel. I'll help you with all this because I want to see you be very successful, my friend. I want to see you be that guy who can do something really cool with your hobby. But yeah, we got to fill this out, Ray. We got to fill this out. Oh my God. No. Oh, I wanted to post first on his wall. Oh shoot. Now one of you guys is going to post first on his wall. Okay. No, we're getting out of this. I'm going to be the first comment on Ray's wall. Come hell or high water. And I can't show you this browser window, so I have to leave because I don't want to show you my YouTube stuff. You'll know too much about me. All right, so there you go. Nope. What am I doing here? Nope, that's it. I'm going to go post on his wall first, unless you guys have done it first. Who's going to beat me to it? Vegas to Toronto. Vegas to Toronto. You're going to have a great channel, Ray. And you guys should all check him out. He's very good at what he does. So there he is. And discussion. And I'm posting first. And I got the first comment on your wall. Nobody posts on my discussion wall, so you got more than me. Steve, what's Yumi thoughts on Canadians living in Vegas? Tammy Lynn says. You can live here. I mean, as a Canadian, you have a visa waiver program. The visa waiver program is extended out to lots of countries, basically countries that the United States deems as low risk for people going, as my wife would call it, tago ng tago, which is without papers, like being here without documentation. You do lose a little bit of your rights, just so you know. So if you come in on the visa waiver program, you don't have the ability to, if you get into immigration trouble, they can put you in an ICE, Immigration Customs and Enforcement holding cell, and you could be deported for any reason. You don't have a right to a lawyer and stuff. But it's all, for not having to buy visas and go through the vetting process. But you can come here for 180 days, I think. So you can stay in the United States continuously for 6 months. This is the same rule for every country. After 6 months, you have to complete 24 hours outside of the United States. So whether or not that means you just go back to Toronto for a day or wherever you're from. Why did I say Toronto? I know it's not the capital of Canada. Don't get mad at me. Canadians, a lot of them don't like Toronto. Maybe you go back home for a day in Canada, or maybe you just go and you spend the night or two in Mexico. You just get a hotel there and you just check out Mexico sites. You come back in, they stamp your visa again, you're fine. You can get a tax ID number if you do that. You can have a bank account in the United States if you do that. You can have U.S. currency if you do that. It's probably a better idea to transfer a bunch of money and at the exchange rate and lock it in if you do that. There's certain things you can't do, obviously. You can't vote, you can't work, you can't do all that kind of stuff. But, if you're trying to move here, it's a whole different thing. See if your company will let you work for home. Maybe they'll let you transition to the United States. They might sponsor you. If you have $250,000, you can buy a U.S.-based business, employ a certain amount of people for a certain amount of time, and get yourself a green card that way. You can get married and come here. You can get an educational visa. If you get a student visa, you can actually work while you have that. It'll say, your social security card will say something different on it. But yeah, you can do all that stuff. It's possible. You can do it, as they say in Rob Schneiderville. Arizona is full of Canadians in the winter. So is Florida. Absolutely it is. Nick D subbed. Look at that. Ray now has 30 subscribers. 32 subscribers. Look at that. And I posted on his wall and I said first. Very cool. Steven, what's your thoughts about the eviction ban expiring? Bedlam and chaos, man. It's going to be really tough because our rental market kept pace with our housing market, and it's expensive now to move. But I mean, a lot of people saw the writing on the wall, and a lot of people stayed at home and didn't work. They took government monies for a long time, so maybe they banked their money and they didn't pay their rent. They never intend to, but they're going to be taken into the courts by some of these folks. And this is not a friendly state for renters in most cases. The eviction process here is very simple. Here's how it works. They want to evict you. You're not on a lease. They evict you. You can't stay here. In California, you can stay in your house for months at a time while they try to evict you. Here, what they'll do is they'll serve you a 5-day notice to pay rent or quit living there. And if you don't go to the courts and tell them why there's a problem and why you need more time, they'll just have somebody from the sheriff's office come and put a lock and change your doors and lock all your stuff inside and give you a notice that says, hey, if you want your stuff back, you should call this phone number and work it out. We have the keys. And then you're basically going to pay legal fees and everything like that. So, You don't want to be in that situation. I pray for those people that are in that situation. Some of them brought it upon themselves. Most of them didn't bring it upon themselves. But that's the way life works, I guess. You can't put your head in the sand like an ostrich forever. Good night. It's 2 in the morning. My gosh, Ruth. Thanks for being with us. Ruth Police, I appreciate you. Where I live, oh gosh. Hot tip, kids. Drink your 7-Up properly, like I just did. My abs are killing me. Oh, it hurts when I cough. Oh, no. Bueno. Thoughts on Vegas Golden Knights trading Fleury and Reeves? Yeah. Marc-Andre Fleury was a $7 million cap hit on the team. He's an aging goaltender, but he's fantastic. He just won the Vezina Trophy, which is the NHL's trophy for best goaltender in the league for that year. It's hard to see him go, but I've seen Marc-Andre Fleury create more bad plays than a bunch of other goaltenders, and he really hurt us in that series against, was it Montreal? And maybe we could have won the series, maybe we couldn't. I don't know. We have bigger problems than that in scoring, but they had a $7 million problem on their hands. They have Leonard, and Leonard's a good goaltender, and he's starter material, and he proved it last year when Fleury was out. Not this year we just played, but the year before that. So they knew he would probably retire. They should not have ever let him learn through Twitter. That's a horrible way of doing it. But they traded him to Chicago. He's probably going to end up retiring. They got nothing in return because Chicago knew he's probably going to end up retiring. So they got 1 third-round pick that might be okay someday. Ryan Reeves. Yeah, Ryan Reeves is going to be missed because he brings a lot of hard-hitting hits to the team. He wasn't a goal scorer, but he definitely made an impact on the team. I don't think we did well in this season's trades at all, period. We got 5 minutes till it's the 3-hour mark. That's insane. I don't have abs, Dokushin. I have fat, but I have abs. Let's see, I have kind of a flat stomach, but it's not really. I still have this down here. And I have, to exercise them, though, because once they do show, you don't want them to be. Plus, your abs should be exercised because it's part of your core. And it helps every other part of your body. Ryan Reeves was the face for the Southern Nevada Water Authority. So they would run bus ads and things like this, billboards with a picture of Ryan Reeves looking all menacing, telling people not to water on certain days. Let's see here. I think Vegas Golden Knights had no other choice. You don't want to end up with a team like the Kings. You need to have money. The NHL has a cap. I haven't mentioned this. Salary cap. Right now, it's $85 million, $83 million, somewhere around there. And when you have 2 really good goaltenders, and you have one that's older than the other one, and you got to get rid of some salary. You've got to get rid of that. And when you deal them to another team, they take on his salary. And that's what they did. They won't have to pay Fleury a penny if he retires, but they have to assume $7 million, which means we can buy some talent for scoring. You ever drive off the Hoover Dam, pussy? No, I haven't, Dave. Have you ever driven off the Hoover Dam? What a weird thing to say, man. Oh, man. Just get rid of Dave. He's just a troll. Bye, Dave. It was nice knowing you. Shoulders and chest. What is this? Shoulders and chest are looking yoked. Yeah, that's the first thing in guys that respond to exercise, though. You have more. There's more muscle receptor sites in your shoulders, your traps, and your chest. So next time you see a guy in your gym and he's got no neck, he's probably on performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, let's see here. Yep, Kings couldn't get rid of Quick. Yeah, we're not going to make this a hockey chat, but yeah, it's hopefully they do well next year. Let's get to 700 likes, is what Miss Shanta says. We are currently 26 away. That'd be good. That'd be good. Why are we laughing out loud? Oh, Glasgow, Scotland. Hey, Stephen Riley is here from Glasgow, Scotland. I hope my accent doesn't offend you. It's my Scottish accent. My last name's Campbell, but it's Irish. It's complicated. I won't go into it. I was the second to comment on the Vegas to Toronto channel. Ooh, what did you say? Did you say second? I bet you did. It says nothing. Oh, you replied to me, bro. Funalicious, give that guy his own comment. You replied to me. Thank you for replying to me. I appreciate it. It's now got 33 subscribers, Vegas to Toronto. Here's what I want you to do, guys. You have one mission if you choose to accept it. You're going to go to this channel right here. It's called Vegas to Toronto. It's my friend Ray. Ray is so super generous and super nice, and he's one of our biggest mass customers ever. And you're going to go to him and you're going to say on his wall that I just posted the link to, say, Steven sent me, and you're going to subscribe to his channel because he's an excellent slot streamer. He's very well spoken. He's good at controlling the flow of dialogue. I've watched him on Facebook. I said, you need a YouTube channel, and now he has one. So you got to go ahead and subscribe. Neil Macedo says, nice accent. Every time I see that last name Macedo, I assume that you're Filipino. I don't know why that is. This is like a bad first date where somebody wants to talk about hockey and Nintendo and Star Wars dolls. I know, Carrie. It's almost like I'm a 90s kid with some sort of Asperger's or something like that. Did you ever watch Soap? I remember the show. It was a few years before my time. Let's see here. Steven, go on a vacation. I feel like you need a break. Yeah, but the money's not there, but, you know, someday. We want to go to San Diego, actually. There's a really cool little property, a little resort in Ocean Beach that we went to. And let's just go to hotels.google.com. Is that still a website? It might be. It is a website. So I'll type in Ocean Beach. I'll show you where we want to stay. Because we had one of our first dates ever at a place called Hodad's, which is in Ocean Beach. Caroline used to live down there. And there's this little place. Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember. It's expensive. It might be this one right here. Yep, it's this one right here. I remember seeing the photo. So that's your hotel. That's the beach right there. We want to go down there, but it's so freaking expensive in California. But that's where we want to go on a vacation. We haven't been on a proper vacation in a long time. I don't know if I count Laughlin. $241. And when is that for? That is for like a weekday. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see if we went on next Friday. We're not going next Friday. But, actually it doesn't. 308. It's not even available those days. It's available the next week, though. $308. But that's where we want a vacation, and that's where we want to go. So now you know something about me. Hit up Jaycation. He's always in LV. Oh, no, Jaycation's cool. He's on my WhatsApp. We have a chat going. Me and Jaycation and another person whose name I can't recall, and Jason Rupp. And they were coming in, and we're going to try to do some kind of collaboration together. Jay says, I've decided not to go to Vegas next week. Too dangerous. Delta's as contagious as chickenpox. Jay, it's really hard to compare chickenpox to Delta COVID. They're not the same thing. It's like comparing a semi truck with an 18-wheeler to a little Hyundai 4-cylinder. They're both vehicles. They both accomplish the same thing. Both are communicable, but it's really difficult to match those two up. So, I mean, you take that information as you may, and you do what's right for you, my brother. So I don't know if that's true. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Hotel del Coronado. Is that even a thing anymore? How much does that cost tonight? Hotel del Coronado. Yeah, right. It's cheap, actually. It's about the same amount, $318. But that would be the thing, So, that's the big one. Or you can just stay in a castle in La Jolla. That's the Hotel del Coronado, by the way. That's a beautiful property. And, wowza. Good golly, Miss Molly. That looks like it rivals anything in Vegas. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And that would be the dream. Yeah, when your hotel budget is ours, it's not cohesive to... we'd want to stay 2 days, and it's not cohesive to that budget right now. Anyways, why are you cursing at me in Spanish, Luis? What are you doing, brother? I don't know why you've been giving me some hate in Spanish. Going to Calgary next month. Any restaurants you recommend, Steve? I don't know, man. I haven't been to Calgary since 2004. There was a place called the Old Spaghetti. Let's see if it's still around. It might be in Calgary. It might not have been called that. Oh, it is. Yeah, there's a place called the Old Spaghetti Factory we used to eat at. It's not glamorous. Evidently, it's moved. It was downtown at one point. Now it's way up in the northeast near... it's actually near the Sunridge Mall. But that's a different stream. We're not leaving Las Vegas. So, I don't know, man. I've been to Calgary forever, so I can't help you much there. But I liked that place when I went there. It was kind of cool. It's actually in Marlboro Mall. I lied to you. That's the place where I Used to work at the Senseo, which was a Canadian version of Cinnabon. Old Spaghetti Factory has moved from Eau Claire. Yeah, see, there you go, Dan. That's how long it's been for me, man. We stay on base in Coronado. That must be nice, Wendy. Let's see here. Catholic Charities probably housing... Oh, I don't know about that, Keon. That's something else. That is a whole separate channel that you can watch, my man. Yeah, any plans on coming back to Calgary? I'd like to. I mean, my father he can't get a vaccine because he's on immunosuppressants for rheumatoid arthritis, and it's not safe for him. So he's afraid he might not ever be able to fly here. And he just went and had reconstructive surgery on his foot. If you don't know, rheumatoid arthritis will take your joints and basically misform them. It's like AIDS, HIV, but it attacks your cartilage and creates scar tissue. So he hasn't been able to walk properly on his foot. His bone was nearly coming out the bottom of his foot. It's horrible, I know. And so they did the same thing they did to him 20 plus years ago, almost, which is they took all of the joints out and reconstructed his whole foot with metal. So imagine that's your foot and he has metal going through there. Anyways, I told him, listen, when you're healthy, you should come down here. This was the plan the whole time. And we'll go to a Knights game together, and it'll be fun. And now he might not be able to come down here, depending on this whole COVID situation. So I might have to fly there and go see the Knights play the Calgary Flames in Calgary, which would be probably cheaper than doing it here. But I wanted to show him Vegas and show him stuff. So, COVID, right? There you go. Where can I go on vacation in the West Coast with a limited COVID danger? Beaches are nice. I mean, because beaches are open air, and there are lots of wind to blow the virus away. That's actually a real thing. Tony, Juice for Vacation Fund. Oh, you're a sweetheart. Fun fact: Disney's Grand Floridian Hotel in Orlando was modeled after the Hotel del Coronado. Thank you, Tony. Look at how generous you are, man. I really appreciate you. Guys, can you say thank you to Tony 503 times? That is awesome. Brenda and Shane are in the chats. Say hi to them. Where's my hat? Oh, there it is. A lot of people ask me about this hat. They say, is that Disneyland or is that Detroit? And I say it's Dublin. I say, what? It's Dublin. Oh, man. I have a lot of dust in here. Brendan and Shane, don't be mad. I got to run the lint roller on it. But it's a hat from Dublin, Ireland. They gave it to me when they were here at the Planet Hollywood at the Miracle Mile. We went to the Alara and we met up and chatted back when I had a lot of time on my hands. I don't anymore. That's actually the bridge in Dublin. And this hat was given to me by them. And these ones, when you're in the UK, these are made in Bangladesh. And it was one of those horrible flat bills, and I had to bend the hell out of it. But that's my hat from Brenda and Shane, and I appreciate them. Thank you so much. Less restrictions for Americans coming to Canada now than the U.S. going to Canada and coming back. Would be cool to see you do a live stream from Calgary walking around downtown. Yeah, I mean, there's some bloggers in Vegas that are having great success at that right now. One of them's in Italy, and I don't know if my channel would follow me. We'll see. Let's see here. What do we got? Speaking of the Hotel Coronado, at Christmas time, they have an awesome ice skating rink. That is so cool that we can do that. You guys create some grandkids, guaranteed to get the grandparents to Vegas. We're not having kids, but we're trying to bring Christian to North America. He's old enough. He's in dental school, and we're trying to get him an education. We're not having kids for a reason. But Steve, I like your dad. I, like your dad, have rheumatoid arthritis. Took the Pfizer, and my RA symptoms got better. What? Seriously? That's very interesting, Nancy. I'm going to have to ask him, ask his doctor about that, because that is a legit talk to your doctor, I love the Hotel Del. It's fun to walk through and get ice cream. I mean, if I went to San Diego, I would definitely do a live stream. We would take footage. We would blog the trip. We would show what it's like to leave Las Vegas short term. That's the idea, So, you guys have been the best audience in the entire world, and I want to thank you guys for watching this channel tonight. Martin D says like, share, subscribe. The Biltmore Estate, North Carolina. I bet you it is amazing. Vegas is not that great at Christmas time, honestly, but that's because not that many people come here. They come here for New Year's afterwards. Vegas has got some fire. Vegas Vic has shown us some fire extinguishers. All right, if you guys want to support the channel, of course, like, share, subscribe. Join us over on Patreon, and that's a good way to subscribe or to show support. VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end. Only 2 you'll ever need. If you guys need support, my email's right on the bottom right there. You can hit us up on Facebook.com/VegasFaceMask as well. I also started posting my YouTube videos to the Vegas, Not Leaving Las Vegas Facebook page. At the behest of Caroline. Caroline is right. I should be doing that, but I've been lazy. Only so many hours left in the day. But if Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs could become rich, they had the same amount of time as I have when they first started out. So what excuses do I have, and what excuses do you have? I'm trying to erase I don't have time out of my day. It's the truth. Every uber ridiculous successful person in the world started off with 24 hours in their day. They didn't have a big team to support them. They just had a fantastic work ethic, and they managed to manage their time to an extent that they could be successful by themselves. When they first started out, they were just as broke as anybody else, in most cases. So, what's my excuse? What's yours? Think about that. You guys are great. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for future notifications. We'll see you on the strip tomorrow night. I don't know when, but it'll be on the strip tomorrow night. Great. 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, Silver Pill likes the studio ones, even though they might not be everybody's cup of tea. Well, I pulled pretty good numbers tonight in terms of viewership, so thank you. And thank you for everybody who super chatted, everybody who took care of everything. I love you all. 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we